Welcome to the Tottenham Podcast, episode 6. I saved myself on that one, didn't I?
Yeah, great save.
We're back from our winter break. Woo! Good start.
It's not only phone users hate you. I've established that.
We're only seconds in. We're back from our winter break, of course. How you doing, guys?
Good, yeah.
Winter was good. Lots of football.
Lots of football.
Football.
So he's ready for the 12-hour podcast. Oh,
I mean, before the new year, I was happy. Now I'm not.
Plenty to talk about over the next hour and a half hours on the Top Corner podcast. And for the first time properly, I love that part at the end. First time properly, we are live on Twitch as well. We are using that a little bit more. We'll talk about that later on. But as you can see on the screen, there.
the January transfer window, we've swapped out Periscope for Twitch. It's a swap
Exactly.
deal.
It's a real
We've brought
game
in-
changer. So it's twitch.tv/topcorner. It won't just be the podcast. There'll be a little bit of gaming on there as well. Over the weekend with Team of the Year being out. But I think without further ado, as we said, we have had quite a bit of a winter break. Did anyone do anything good over the holidays?
Something about a week ago.
Or well, we're going to talk about that in a second.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
I had work, so. No.
Oh, it sounds
I know.
like
yeah,
it's just
I
us two on this one.
It's a time of joy, winter, is it?
Especially during Christmas, worst time to work.
Oh, it's terrible. But I think
But for
Let's-
football,
let's talk about the elephant in the room and talk
And,
about.
Whoa, that's Wayne!
We're talking about
Christmas,
you.
Josh. It's been
I'm sorry. Let's talk about the big game we've been hyping. Oh, God. Let's talk about the big game we've been hyping the past couple of weeks, haven't we?
Yeah,
to be
it was
honest,
disappointing,
Hull
wasn't
City versus. Well, it was.
right.
I thought it was
For me, it
Sligo
was
Rovers
disappointing,
versus-
but and Kieran, you go to a
Yeah.
specific game, Hull City versus Rotherham. We've been hyping it up over the last couple of weeks.
it was
I think
big
without
for us.
further ado, Kieran, you should take it away.
Well, it was big for us because, as we said, one, we called it because we said it's still a possibility, and then it came through, and there was limbs in the studio.
I bet there was.
Oh, obviously. And as it built up, us two were getting more and more nervous because one of us has got upset. It usually ends up being me whenever, because you support United, so you used to
I'm
be
upset all the
exactly. But no, we got to the game. We were going to get some like filming sort of content to put out on the. The thing is, when you're at the football, I just want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be filming and seeing the football through a lens because I could have sat at home and done that myself. So we didn't get anything that. We got a picture. That was good. But I mean, you would have been buzzing. But we took the lead through the man that we've talked about on the podcast for so long, Thomas Eaves.
Of all people,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
With
lie.
his sports
I
bra.
did. You didn't before the match. I was like, I'm a bit worried about Eaves.
You'd
said no.
can
but
it-
it-
What I didn't expect was
Can I
what
just say,
Tom.
specifically said, we make bad strikers look good. That's what you said. And then
That went well, didn't it?
Then you went, we'll make Eaves look because we make bad strikers look good. Which, if that's the case, thank you very much.
You're
But,
welcome.
To be fair, we saw everything you wanted in a football game. We saw a straight red, which in my opinion was a straight red.
Oh,
from what,
100%
from what I've seen,
Awful.
he steamed in for literally no reason. And as McCann said, if Lewis Potter's leg was on the floor, it could very well have been snapped into. Like, it broke it.
It was a bad tackle, and on I obviously because you support your team. Like it's never a card. It was like his leg was literally about to fall off with that tackle. The way he went in for the slide tackle, I was like, yeah, you're off.
It's lucky it was bent like upwards, like almost in anticipation, because if not, we would have been a teenager down. But you've got back into the game
We did.
through.
Michael Smith, fantastic goal. Ball landed at his feet.
Isn't it Matt Smith?
No, it's Michael.
Is it not
Smith
Matt Smith?
Millwall.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's the wall.
So I've
Both
got that mixed
big
up.
brick
Yes.
houses.
They
And,
look similar.
I tell you what.
With a big brick. Would you not? I'll call him a garden.
It was a really good
A glass
finish.
house.
The ball landed at his feet. He kind of turned, and then
I was
just
gonna
smashed
say-
in a
Really
shot.
slow
Didn't he?
defending.
Yeah.
Yeah,
poor
well,
defending.
to be fair, Burke fell off, so I guess that happened. But I tell you what, the way he took it, that's a big man's finish.
It was
That
a
is
quality finish.
take it in.
That's
Get it-
Lukaku-esque.
He's a bit bigger, but get it out your feet. It's fast enough to dribble players. You're not going to run in behind. You get the ball at your feet and you hit it as hard as you can. It usually goes in.
Wang your leg and hope for the best.
Okay.
No, right. defending myself. You wang your leg.
Wang.
And he's just hoping.
I hope that was seen on camera.
I don't know.
That's
That's
right.
It is camera.
Right.
I'm
I
standing
want
with-
that.
we-
I want.
Whoa,
GIF,
whoa.
whatever it is.
Whoa,
Don't know how
whoa.
to pronounce.
You what? A GIF?
A GIF, whatever it is.
Oh my god.
GIF?
A GIF then.
From what I say, we'll be back in a GIF. That's what we say.
Oh, I love that.
Aye. Anyway,
Jiffy.
we've got to
Jiffy.
Sports podcast.
to get onto the big moment of the game, in my opinion,
Yeah.
which was
It's,
Abs-
Kayak Silversell.
oh, who's Isaac? Why do I keep saying that?
I thought it was
saying-
Darius.
Oh god,
Ain't
So-
that one that's like.
used to play for Man City.
Yeah, it was.
I named Isaac, Kyle, Darius, all of the cells, but all that matters was
honestly, it was a moment of
He didn't even
madness.
celebrate like
It
he
was-
scored a goal.
It was
Celebrated
it was
like he scored a
outside.
tap-in.
I said his celebration were. That's
just-
rubbish.
It was
Celebrated like
outside.
he scored a tap.
Outside the box, but wasn't. It was like towards the corner flag. I just thought.
Was it from
I-
a throw-in?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a throw, and I went. I honestly don't know what he's doing now. Because I went with my uncle to the match. And, what the? F- he about to do here for the shot, and I went, "What's he doing?" And they went, "Oh yes, celebrating." Because I just didn't expect him to dictate it from there. Goal. It's well going on YouTube,
It
and
is.
have a look at it. It is
Those-
one of the goals of the round.
Personally, I'd watch all the highlights just to the good bit at the end. But
Playing a good Rotherham defending at the back.
Yeah,
But no, to be
it was-
fair,
it was quality.
our thing for that was we were harried by, I think it was Ingram dallying on the ball, and then it caused them to get a throw in. So we made our own destiny really to mess up.
You were the architect of downfall.
Oh, go on, Rowan.
But I mean, the worry is when you go too so early in the game and you've
Mm.
got at least over an hour to play with 10 men. It's a
always
real
hard.
and that's where you started coming back into
You're
the
always
game in the
gonna
second
struggle.
half.
Game. Are you all right?
Are you alright? Are you alright today?
The game changed for me when we brought on the three substitutes. The moment Bowen, Grisky, and Irving came,
The boys.
pretty much the crowd was lifted up our end. We were quite vocal all day. I think it's fair to say. I don't know if Josh will agree on the side because he
I
could
know,
probably
I'd cool.
good following, and but it really lifted. We started with a sort of like blanket of belief. Do you like that blanket of belief? It came over us, and then I think from there on it was pretty one way. They because you've got 10 men, you're a lower league side. You've got to chase the ball. So then Eaves masterclass, Tinders, 90 a minute, people falling over each other at the top of the stand. You
It
love
was
to see
incredible.
it.
He did struggle to take his shirt off though.
He did.
Under
And he
his
had that nice
sports bra.
sports bra on.
But to be fair, I think the thing about
You want your tits to sweat. I understand.
I think the thing though about how we said before about the fitness of teams.
Yeah.
Not like we haven't been in the championship.
I think it's a little bit how solid
Yeah.
by with Rotherham when they were
Yeah.
and then they got beat.
We
I-
said
I
that-
don't think
I said
it's a
we solely
massive
hold
excuse,
Rotherham.
though.
Yeah, you did.
I don't
We-
think it should be a big excuse. I think the
No.
fact we only just recently came down to the championship level.
I think it was the 10 men though.
I do think
I don't,
it's
I
the
don't,
10
I don't,
men more
if you're 11, I don't
affected
think
us.
it would have showed as much.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a constant. It was just attack.
You would have
and that, well, I
that-
think
had that to Mark Tom Eaves at the post.
Yeah,
well, that was the
maybe.
problem. We had nobody marking him, which is terrible considering he
Twice.
literally just scored a header.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody
And
marking twice.
Exactly. At the end of the day, our manager was 100% playing for a draw because he got to about the 70th minute and he took one of the attackers off and put a midfielder on. I thought,
Mm.
yeah, he's happy for a draw here. He'll happily go
I
back to
would say I think you brought on Ladapo just on the off that your hoof one really can reach
Yeah,
it with
exactly.
a mistake or something like
which
that. Which worried me because it was Leo da Silva Lopez, who if you tall man is Leo, he's quite small.
But it'll turn you inside.
Up inside out is Leo da Silva Lopez.
It'll turn inside.
But no, when he was marking him at the back, I thought, oh Jesus, because one long ball and you may very well be in. Because when you're watching football, I'm very much a pessimist. I'm thinking all the wrong possibilities before all the right. In my head, I'm playing out, are they going to win 3? Now I'm going to deal with it. Go on, I'm going to cope with it. And how the
And now you're going to smash FIFA afterwards.
yeah, how post-match
Have you ever done that?
trauma.
But I've done that plenty of times.
it was a really, really good game.
It
I
was,
do
it
think
was.
it was one of the best ties. Of course, if you want to find out more a bit about the FA Cup, we're not really going to talk about it today, but we
No.
did the FA Cup draw. It's not the most appealing of draw in the world, but there's a couple of decent games in there.
Yeah.
And you can find out more on the opinion of the FA Cup third round
Monday.
in that video. But what is it? It's Monday. Oh, bloody hell.
Yesterday was Tuesday.
It's Wednesday today, isn't it? Time's
Yeah.
flying. But talking about a game yesterday,
Ooh.
I think we should talk out your side, Kieran, of course, Manchester United did play Carabao Cup. It's the first leg of the semi-final. Walk us through it.
No.
Well, there we go. That's Manchester
Thank you
United
for
versus
watching.
Man City. Tell you what, Rowan, did you watch the game last night?
I didn't watch, but I watched the highlights. It just
I just bit.
showed City masterclass. In the first, we'll say the first half.
Okay, master.
Yeah,
That's
3-0
okay.
up at half
First
time.
half.
Okay.
3-0 up at half time against.
It's
I
not-
will still
it's
clash
not
with a
master-
top
No.
top
No.
8 side. It is a massive 3-0.
It's an architect of our own downfall, as
Ah.
you were saying.
I personally think, as we mentioned before the podcast, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was naive, and
Definitely.
this proved the absolute humongous gap between Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Pep Guardiola, in my opinion.
As
Yeah,
much as everyone calls Pep a bold fraud, you've just got. I don't believe it.
It's Pep
because I don't-
Guardiola. He just Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was naive to think he'd make the same mistake twice. He's not going to do the exact same thing twice, which is why you can't play the same way against Man City twice. And he'll hit you. And that's what we didn't help ourselves because we were on downfall. Not when you play Phil Jones, I'd rather literally play Matic just centre half. But in the second half, we did better. I thought we were the better team in the second half. But
Do you think did you think they took the foot off the gas?
Oh,
though?
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. They were happy with 3-0. I think that Pep Guardiola didn't want to embarrass us.
Yeah. I think there's only two teams that can play the way they play against City. Wolves and Liverpool.
Yeah.
They're the only two that
Yeah.
can consistently play the way they play. Just
Like you saw Leicester, and they got outclassed by City as well.
yeah. To be fair, two top teams, which
did.
kind of shows the gap between the two and the rest of the league, because Leicester have gone and I know that you beat them 1-0. I think it was a penalty, wasn't it?
What a finish!
But anyway, so we've all been singing their praises, and rightly so, because they've had a fantastic season. But they've been in the game when they were 1 City, but they didn't look like they deserved that either.
That was their first shot.
Yeah,
And of course, if anybody's got any opinions who's watching the video, feel free to put them down in the comments and reply to everybody as well. He was watching this live, of course.
any
put
questions
your
or
So-
anything? Yeah.
thoughts and comments.
Leicester against Villa.
They do indeed.
You guys think they'll go through? I
Yeah,
think
I
they'll
think
go through over 2
I
weeks.
think they will, and I hope they do, because it sets up a Leicester v City final. So as much as
Excuse me, we're not out of it yet.
oh, okay.
If we get the 2, we're in. We're always in.
At home or away?
We're away. We beat them
Oh,
away.
you need to win this 2-0, don't you?
All we need to
Yeah,
win is
at
2-0.
Etihad. You need to stop City.
It
to
goes
do
to
that.
penalties,
Wolves,
though.
doesn't it?
I thought it goes to penalties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's-
There's not away goals. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right,
oh,
right,
so
They
right,
go
right.
straight to penalty.
Oh, don't matter then.
All right,
Still lose on
Okay.
good.
penalties.
You can win 4-2. So
We still lose on.
I mean, obviously, we got you as a United fan. Is this the end for Ole?
No.
No.
But then it
but
does
wait a
feel
sec.
like that question.
that was a. Sadly, it's not the end for Ole,
No,
but I
it's
wish
not.
it was.
I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, legend at club, but he's just not a manager for me.
Not top manager.
If we want to be where we should be, which is challenging for the title, which we just should be because it's Man United, top class manager.
And is that part?
Well,
Do you think they will keep him till
Yes.
summer?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
if you think, for
And
me,
after.
this stretch of time was the time to gamble. Because if you think Ancelotti was available, Allegri's still available. I know he wants to wait until June, wasn't it? That
So
he
he can
wants.
learn a bit of
Yeah,
English.
learn a bit of English. But then, who we just mentioned, then Pochettino, who got sacked. But then I know you won't take Mourinho back, but then Mourinho was out of a job. So this was a time really where managers were kind of in every single week.
Yeah.
But you seem to be reluctant to almost pull the trigger. And
Well-
I think the thing is with me and United, right? Because all I constantly hear is there's a vision. He's been in the job 18 months, and I've seen an improvement in Mikel Arteta's 2 games. Brendan Rodgers
Yeah.
has come in at Leicester and completely transformed a team. Whereas every week, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. He's going to.
Like it's the fact that I feel like he did want more players in the summer. And he got 3 because Ed Woodward works about as slow as I could on transfers. So you see, the fact that we need to sign at least 3 players in January is very, very scary for me. Since it took us almost a month to get each of the players themselves. Like, it took us a month to get Wan-Bissaka, a month to get Maguire, a month to get James. It shouldn't take that long in a transfer.
I think the main... Sorry, go on.
No,
I was going to say, I think the main thing of your season probably is naivety, because how in the transfer
It's
window
inconsistent.
you could get rid of Alexis Sanchez, Lukaku, and not enforcement. Dan James, we talked about this podcast that he's held off. That's because he's been playing game in, game out, months straight.
But
that's not best for a young
But like
kid.
I said, you can't have a rest because of nobody else.
That's what I mean.
And
That's not advantageous for his career.
He's really he's into the just eventually. It's inconsistency. We've wrote this season off. Why are we writing seasons off? We're halfway through the season. We're fifth in league. I mean, we're only 5 points behind Chelsea.
It's true. You're not doing
we
it.
can still, we are
Well,
because everybody else doing horrendous
exactly.
this year.
But if you compare it to
we
what's
should-
going on.
We should be we can still get into top 4.
Just quick for the group, right? We look at last season, and I think me personally called it maybe the worst top 4 race we've ever seen because no one wanted 4th spot. Does this trump last year? Because I swear to God,
No.
everyone's losing.
No. No,
You don't think?
the Leicester season when Leicester won it.
Well, oh yeah, yeah. You're not.
Nobody wanted that.
No.
Listen to the Leicester season again. That just nobody wants. Top 4
Yeah,
apart
then
from
again, if you-
City,
That's
Leicester,
what
and
makes
Liverpool.
me question if Liverpool are really good. Is it just that they're really good, or is everyone else is kind of
They
this season?
are good.
Yeah, they are good. I'm not saying if they're good.
The,
But people are saying, are they the best side ever?
no, because look at the problems. If City were winning and then Liverpool are getting the wins over them to get ahead of them, then that'd be fair enough. You can class them as a side. But when City are losing games, when Chelsea, Arsenal, United are not doing as well as they should, they're not this team.
No, I think they're the best team in the league.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, and personally, are they the best club in the world? Yeah, they are. I know they've got the Club World Cup to prove it, but that for me isn't what I'm basing.
Terrain,
I was going to say this isn't what I'm basing it on. For me this season, what's proven dividends is City, when they're not playing the best, have lost games, which is strange for Man City, where they're not playing the best. Yes, there's been a few VAR decisions. John's nostril was offside or whatever. That was never offside. But everyone's got to deal with that. Every team's got to deal with it, especially Sheffield United, the buggers.
Yeah,
But,
six goals they've had overturned.
Yeah, they're minus 6 points. They would have 6 extra points, which would have put them in the top 4.
There would be no. I think they'd be 5th.
I think they're finding a way to win. Which City, that was what won City the title last year, in my opinion. Like when they played Leicester late in the season, I think it was second to last game, 0-0, and Company stepped up. It's like
they're missing the centre half. Sadly, they're missing Laporte and Company.
It's just
Have they?
they're just unlucky.
Are we talking about? I disagree on the injury front that people are unlucky because everyone's
They're
got
missing the centre half. If Liverpool missed,
You've got to think
Virgil
as
van
well.
Dijk,
Actually, they are missing Leroy Sané.
Yeah,
would
they
we
were
talk
saying-
about the same
That's him
thing?
at eight best players in the league.
If
in my
Liverpool were
opinion.
missing Van Dijk, would we be saying the same thing? The best player.
I think injuries happen to everyone. Look at Man United. Their best player is arguably Paul Pogba, and he's not here all season.
I mean,
when he's
Martial
played,
for
he
3
hasn't.
months.
Liverpool have had injuries. Their midfield was dissected the other month because they lost Fabinho, then Wijnaldum got injured, then Henderson got a little bit injured, Milner got injured.
And then I think take Fabinho, he's good. I think that none of those players are world class. They are. They are in the system that they play.
I think Wijnaldum is. I think he's overlooked.
I just think he's good.
I
in the
don't
job
think he's
he
world
does.
class.
I just think he's
it's
good.
just the step low where it's like all he needs to do is just stretch.
You know, football manager,
He's
where it's
got
like
that.
he's a leading Premier League midfielder.
I do think they've just with their midfield, with Liverpool's midfield, it's weird that that's going to be a title midfield. I don't know why, but you
Yeah,
look
I
at.
don't want to
Milner.
see John Henderson lifting trophy.
Well,
James Milner's
I
like-
do, because to be fair, he's worked hard to get where he has.
Just don't let them. Gonna win it. I've already forfeited the fact to that, and I just.
That's what
Yeah.
worries me.
It'd be
Because
the biggest bottle if they didn't, right?
Oh yeah.
if there's a club that's going to play, it'll be them.
Yeah.
Well,
Or Leeds.
3.
If it was Leeds, they'd bottle it as well.
Completely.
They
agree with
they
everything
will
you do.
probably bottle the players, even though they're 9 points clear out of there. Yeah, I think that I think Leicester might win the first leg, but I think Villa might go through in the second.
I'll go Leicester. Just
I'm going to say Leicester.
I
as well.
hope Leicester, because Villa need to focus on staying up because they're in trouble.
So I think moving on to the next topic that we've put about, of course, it is January, which is the time of year where teams do make January transfers.
Wonderful
Woo.
time.
Thank you.
Rest in peace, podcast users. Podcast users. To be fair, listening, then they are a podcast user. But of course, over the last couple of weeks, as we have had our own winter break, been a couple of pretty decent deals that have gone on. So I just thought very quickly ask about a couple of opinions of deals. What?
Herbie Kane to Hull. Herbie Kane
Who's it?
from Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Who's
He
it?
played against.
That's not on the list.
Wow. No, to be fair, he made his debut against Rotherham and he genuinely looked good. He put a
He did
ball
all right.
into his back post.
Of course, I was just very briefly ask you about a couple of opinions of some of the bigger signings that have happened over the last couple of weeks. Of course, the one on the screen we do Pierre Erling Haaland. Of course, he did move from Red Bull Salzburg.
Pierre.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Erling Brut Haaland.
I don't know why I got by my head then. It's because Dortmund, Erling Braut Haaland, he of course did move from Dortmund, moved from to Dortmund. Be up now. I was on a roll. Messing me up. Haaland moved from Red Bull Salzburg to Borussia Dortmund in a £17 million deal. Of course, was linked to the likes of Manchester United, but I don't think that was going to happen, to be honest.
No.
I was just going to briefly ask you about your guys' opinion on local transfers. What do you think about Haaland?
I think it's a very good. As much as Paco Alcacer's good, he's had injuries. He doesn't seem to be as not clinical. He seems to be a very good super sub, and that's what he will be. But obviously, Dortmund are obviously not playing for a couple of weeks. They've not played. They're currently in, I think, Spain training, and already Haaland is loved by the fans. It's been how long, a week? They're already getting into him. I generally think he could be the best Bundesliga player next season.
I think that the Dortmund fans will be happier with the fact that Jadon Sancho's actually not leaving this month. I'm not happy with Haaland, but that Sancho and Royce are the main players they want to keep. Haaland's good for when Sancho eventually leaves, in my opinion.
The Batshuayi effect and go on a pretty decent run of form.
I think it's
over the next couple of months.
I think it's the perfect move. For me, if you could pick the perfect move out for a young player in Europe, I would always send them to Dortmund or Ajax,
or even
I don't know.
Great team. Minnow side in the southwest of France.
Of course, he was linked to Manchester United. He was linked to Dortmund. He was linked to Juventus, and he was also mainly linked to RB Leipzig. As you said, I do think out of the four teams, it's more beneficial to Dortmund. I think Leipzig have got too many strikers right now. They've got
Poulsen,
so that's four already.
But, by the way, I want Poulsen to move to the Premier League because I think he is going to be
second
world class.
He's been struggling this season. He's been pretty poor, to be honest.
I know, but honest to God, I rate Poulsen so highly.
I mean,
nobody's looking at him.
At Juventus, I think he'd have got much game time.
No.
Obviously, Ronaldo, Dybala, pretty decent form recently. Manchester United, as I don't think you ever really truly in for him. I think that was fabricated rumours.
It was the Norwegian, wasn't it?
So, as you said, I do agree with you, Kieran. I do think that is the right place for Haaland to go. Another one of the signings that's happened this time, we're moving from Dortmund to Bayern. Bayern announced that they've signed Schalke keeper Alexander Nuri transfer. As we always know, Bayern Munich do like to sell a player on a free from respective Bundesliga clubs. Do we see him as the replacement for Neuer?
They are the Henry Hoover of the Bundesliga.
They are indeed.
Suck up the good.
They've got Ulrich, haven't they?
Yes.
Ulrich and Neuer. So
I'm going to put out a claim there.
How old is
Is he a high sex?
He is a
like
very young.
What is
Ulrich.
Oh right, yeah,
Ulrich's in his 30s, I think. Watching be like 25.
Well, Nubel is 23. He's been Schalke's starting goalkeeper for last season, and Benelvik is 31.
No, he's aging.
So close.
But no, I do think on your point, I do think Nubel is the replacement. I think it's. I think maybe next year they give it to Neuer. I think for me, when it comes to Germany, it's annoying me recently that they are so loyal to Manuel Neuer. Like, he still starts for Germany, which makes no sense to me. When Ter Stegen is years above in terms of quality. I know he might not be able to take a touch in his own 50.
In his left back
goalkeeper.
Exactly, but I want him to save shots. That's what a goalkeeper does. But I do think that to be starting Falco at the age of 23 and basically kick Farman out the door.
Yep.
Because that's what he did.
Farman can't even get a game at Norwich.
Tim Krul kicked him out the door.
Exactly.
So I do think him for free helps. You know, that you can't shy away from deals like that, especially for free, because even if they go, they've not lost anything really. But I do think we'll see Ulreich move this summer to somewhere.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he'll go be some second goal. He's always one of them. He's always going to be a second goalkeeper. He's rich right.
And of course, they're repeating history, indeed, by Manuel Neuer from Schalke. So repeating history once again. Another transfer that happened. This one happened yesterday. Munas Daber, former RB Salzburg striker, who joined Sevilla in the summer, has already left and he's moved to Hoffenheim. Now, funnily enough, Daber only played 24 minutes in La Liga. It's absolutely bizarre. They signed him for £10 million.
Who's Sevilla's strikers?
So
Sevilla's strikers right now are Chicharito, Luke de Jong, Munier.
Right.
But Munier's been playing on the wing quite recently, so they've been lacking goals, to be honest. Chicharito's not really been performing since he joined from West Ham. Luke de Jong's been bagging some here and there, but they have been relying to get their goals. I think this one's a bit of a bizarre one, to be honest.
I think they've got the rest of the January transfer window in mind. I think they want a striker.
Very misjudged, I think. Daber.
Yeah, I think they needed to free up some space to get to bring in a striker that they want. If a manager doesn't rate him, he's just not going to play him.
Why buy him though? Why buy him in the first place if you don't rate him? Surely that's what scouts are for.
It's a confusing one.
Maybe it was a scout thing and not a manager thing. Maybe the scout said, "You need this guy." He brought him in and went, "He's just not going to fit my style of play."
He was absolutely flying at Salzburg just before he joined.
He
I think he scored 30 plus goals in the season. He was doing really well. Sevilla, a lot of the fans were thinking he's going to be the one to bag the goals. Of course, they will be severely missing Ben Yedder, who's absolutely flying in League One. We'll be talking about him later in one of the featured games. I just think it's a weird one. I mean, for Hoffenheim, £10 million is pretty decent. He's getting on a little bit age-wise. I think he's 20. Just check that to make sure. But I think he'll do Liga. I think he, if it's the mould of the Bundesliga, he's 27. And in the league, he actually played 2 games, came substitutes, no goals. But in the Europa League, he'd been in 6 games, 3 goals
for Sevilla, and they still
sold him.
They still didn't want him to play in the league.
Who was in that group? Can you just?
I'll have a look for you.
Did they have?
To be fair though, if you remember when Spurs were in the Europa League, Harry Kane was scoring every single week, yet he still played Soldado in the league.
Sevilla were in a group of Apoel, Karabag and Dudelange.
Yeah.
So he's expected to get quite a lot of goals
very
there.
Easy group.
But I think it's a weird one, in my opinion. And then, of course, another player that's moving out the door, Christoph Piatek, could be moving to Aston. One person could be going out and one person came in, and that man is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, coming back to AC Milan for the first time since the 2011-2012 season. They're hoping that he can be the man to fire them up the Serie A as they continue their struggles in the league. Do you think Ibrahimovic is the man to take them forward? Yes or no?
To take them forward for a year? Yes.
Yes.
I was what you mean by taking forward, because to be fair, there's not many people at the age of 38, 39 that can do what that man can do. However, I was going to... You literally, I was about to say, if he gets injured, they are in a lot of trouble, because I bet they're paying a lot of wages as well.
They are. He's there till the end of the season. An option in his contract to extend it for another season if they want to. But of course, there are rumours that Christoph Piatek might be leaving AC Milan. He's not been firing as much. He's the Jekyll and Hyde of the Serie A has been described. First season, of course, when he came to AC Milan in Genoa, he was absolutely flying. This season, he's just been struggling confidence-wise.
This is what worries me, is because you said, is the man to take him forward? Out of them two, I'd say the man to take me forward would be Piatek, because he's younger and he's proven in glimpses. I don't think after one bad season you can write a man off and say he's rubbish. Because I remember in the Premier League, Chelsea and Eden Hazard had that one season where he just couldn't do anything. And everyone was going, oh, he's done. And the next season, I'm pretty sure they won the league.
Conte, wasn't it?
So you can't write a man off after one season. But whoever picks up Piatek, if they are in the Premier League, I think he's going to be brilliant.
Well, it's a very weird one, because the thing is, Piatek's been linked with clubs, but he's not been linked with massive clubs. I mean, the main club he's been linked with in the last couple of days is Aston Villa. They were looking to sell him for about €28 million, which to me is bizarre.
But the big clubs don't need to take a risk like that. The big clubs don't need to take a risk on a inconsistent goal scorer.
Maybe he'll be better at a club like that where he is the main man. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because Wesley's obviously not thrived there. He's injured now, unfortunately. We're just getting into a little bit of form. He scored a few goals recently. Maybe it was for Piatek moving out of Italy to a new place, starting anew, being the main man somewhere. And Villa fans will love him.
Yeah,
because they are very passionate fans, and I think they'll get behind such a good. I'd say high-profile signing. It is a high-profile signing.
Yeah,
because he is known around Europe for that up for Genoa.
That's a statement of intent from Aston Villa.
If they sign him,
they called him the gunslinger for his celebration.
That is one of the best signings of probably the year, in my opinion.
And the thing is,
Aston
Villa have been desperate to sign someone. They've been linked obviously with Jared Ball. They've been linked with Mitrovic of Fulham. They've been linked with a couple of other players even there. Daniel Sturridge, they've just signed Drinkwater. So they are desperate to bolster their team. Of course, they are fighting for survival. But Ibrahimovic, I think it'll be interesting to see, of course, not just for that flashback card on FIFA, but just for the player in general. But a couple of deals that might be happening. We've got Ricardo Rodriguez from AC Milan. He might be moving to Fenerbahce in the next couple of days. That's €8 to €9 million deal. And Patrick,
hold up. 8
to 9.
Oh,
not 80 to 90.
Oh, he said
8 to 9. No.
Oh my god.
89 million for
I don't think Fenerbahce's got that much to spend.
I was going to say we've been undervaluing
I think
Bowen.
if Fenerbahce had that much to spend, they'd probably try and get some Ozil right now.
What a bargain!
But €9 million. Patrick Catrone as well. He's very likely to be moving from Fiorentina on a loan deal from Wolves. But the standout one in terms of bizarreness is Ashley Young to Inter Milan. According to a couple of sources, Ashley Young is negotiating terms to move to Inter Milan. Potentially, I think in January, they're saying.
Do you think Antonio Conte just looks like a love affair with Man United? Because Matic as well and Ashley Young. He's already taken Lukaku and Sanchez.
In fairness, it's probably not a bad thing. Look at what Smalley's doing.
Just on Ashley Young, if he does leave, thank you for your time. You've been a great servant to the club.
I do think, in my opinion, he deserves a proper send-off.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He 100% deserves a proper send-off.
He's been there since 2012. 11. He might.
I'll check.
2011, I think it is. I think that's when he first came.
9 years.
But yeah, he's been there for 9 years, almost 10.
Did you get him from Villa?
Yeah.
Because Villa got him from Watford.
2011, you are correct.
2011 we signed him. So
192 games.
The fact he came as a winger and he's gone back to a left back, right back. He's been a good servant. Because a lot of players wouldn't have done that. But he was arguably, when he played left back for Mourinho, he was one of the best left backs in the league.
Yeah, no, he had
that one.
I don't want to sound harsh when I say, he had one season, but I don't want to mean
he did have that
in a
one
bad
season.
He did, where in Valencia were really good. And I mean, you've had good luck converting midfielders to right backs, really, because Valencia turned out to be all right. But I understand what you mean. I understand the Lukaku signing, because it's unbelievable. And I think he was always not given the credit he deserved at Man United, in my opinion. Yes, his touch is shocking. That is completely acceptable.
But he's finished.
I think it helps.
Exactly.
I think it helps in a league like Serie A, where not a lot of defenders will come out at you, if you know what I mean. It's a lot less, in my opinion, physical than the Premier League is, and he can afford to have that dodgy touch. You know what I mean? 'Cause he's quick enough to beat the defenders.
Do you think he's found his perfect fit in Milan? Because I think alongside,
I think Lautaro Martinez complements him very well.
Oh, he's fantastic, isn't he?
Have you seen that goal he scored against Napoli when he ran the counter on his own?
No, I was going to say they beat Napoli 3-1, didn't they?
Yes.
Quite funny enough, that's the game we've got on.
Josh has actually written down here
Should we go into it?
about Lukaku
know
on
what?
his own and scoring.
I'm going to call that the accidental segue. Go for it.
Tell you what, so we'll week's fixture results. Of course, usually we'd have a couple of games we'll have picked out from previous weeks, and we'll talk about them in the next week's show. But because we've had the break,
I was going to say,
we haven't really got anything we could pick
so
out.
much over December.
Right, Man United beat Newcastle 4-1, they beat Burnley 2-0, and they got beat by Arsenal, and they drew with Wolves, and they got beat by City. There you go.
The one game I remember over the international period was the 3-2 Wolves win over Man City, which was just the craziest game, which was just the best.
I'm just saying now, like, if Ben Mendy goes down, he gets a foul there. He just does get a foul.
But I tell you what, Adama Traore, Jesus, man. He is something special. He is something special.
Every fantastic player on his
every time. He's one of them, right? When we talk about these like massive clubs, when we looked at like Chelsea and went, Hazard can change the game. For Wolves, if anyone can change the game, it's Adama Traore.
Okay.
So without further ado...
Hold up. No, go on, what?
No, go on.
He's just a pace merchant. If Dan James is a pace merchant, so is Adama Traore.
Daniel James is nowhere near as good as Adama Traore.
Well,
Look at Adama Traore. He
Daniel
looks
James
like
has got
he
2 more
eats 4
assists and only
cows a
1 less
day.
goal than Adama Traore in the same amount of games. Just saying.
But all them came in one clump. I think Adama Traore has finally got what everyone moaned at him. Because when he was at Middlesbrough, everyone moaned. It was literally, do you remember when Mikel Antonio came? He hits the ball and he runs after it.
He's just...
This now, Adama Traore does so much more than just hit the ball in front of him and run after it. Like that goal, was it... it was against where he had it on the edge of the box and he hit it with his left. Was it Norwich?
I can't remember.
I can't remember, but what? Oh no,
scored
Tottenham.
4 goals,
No,
so-
it was Tottenham. It was against Tottenham where he took it
It's one of
on
them.
the edge of the box, and there was an option to the right. He could have passed it, but it would have been hard. So he just hit it, dead ball with his left, straight into the. He's added so much to his game.
And talking about someone that has had to add a couple of goals to his game very recently, we'll start off with one of the games. Well, to be fair, we keep saying this every single week, but the Serie A never seems to have a dead game.
No,
Never seems to have
great.
a
Is
dead
it
game.
so close?
It's so brilliant
Well,
right
the
now.
top it is.
The
And,
thing is,
uh,
you've missed. The thing is with Serie A, you put these 2 interesting games down, and you've missed a 5-1 win by Atalanta because it can't fit on the
because we've just got that many. It's crazy. But Juventus, of course, they got a massive win against Cagliari. Now, Ronaldo getting his first hat-trick of 2020. Now got the same amount of hat-tricks as Mr. Tom Eaves himself. It's only his second hat-trick at Juventus. And
Drinking had a good mental there. Sorry.
of course, instead Ronaldo got the hat-trick. Higuain also got a goal late into the game as the side looked to keep up the pace of Inter Milan. They're both on 45 points right now. They just keep toe-to-toe with each other. Cagliari, considering a few weeks ago we were saying they're absolutely flying, they're struggling right now. Without winning their last 4 games, they've dropped down to only 4 points above 7th placed Parma. Ronaldo,
I mean,
is this going to be a year of resurgence, maybe?
I don't think he was
Played
ever.
well.
I was gonna say I don't think he was ever non-resurgent. He's just set such a high bar for him.
It's not that he had a bad year last
Yeah,
year. He
yeah,
he wasn't as good as Mane, Mbappe, and Messi, who are arguably the 3 best forwards in the world.
Yeah, he's just set such a high bar for himself now. I think people are coming to the thing where age just won't affect him anymore, and it will. It obviously will. So last year, he's never going to be the Ronaldo that was at Real Madrid,
No.
that was scoring endless goals.
But you see, he's not. When he played for Real Madrid, it was only towards like the end of his Real Madrid career. He was playing as a striker.
Yeah.
He played on the wing, and that's where he got a lot of his goals from
Yeah.
because obviously he's deadly with both feet and he can cut them. But he played very well against Calgary. He got 3 goals and an assist.
Welcome Arsenal from HK. Thank you for joining. He agrees with you, Kieran, saying Adama Traore is the beast. Williams put Pedro Neto was the man of December for the incredible celebration, and from HK they reply, no, I think Mustafi was the best player in
just a
December.
quick one. Do you know the player of the month for December? Who do you guys think it should be?
Adama Traore.
Don't you think it should be Marcus Rashford?
No.
Danny Ings.
Adama Traore.
Danny Ings as well.
Danny
Marcus Rashford, I think.
I think Danny Ings should be up there.
Adama Traore. Go on.
David Wheater.
He got
no.
3.
Yeah,
4,
Danny
he got
Ings.
5 goals in December. Did Marcus Rashford and like 3 assists.
It's a matter
It's-
of.
But
do
he's
you know
all,
what?
he,
It's
no,
a fair
just,
point.
he just
It
is
is a
over.
fair point.
Man United players are overlooked because they're not having a good season.
It is a very fair.
Fred didn't even get him player of the month,
And,
either, which I'm very annoyed about.
Another team that's having a good season, as I said, of course, Inter Milan, Juventus are keeping toe-to-toe with each other.
That's going to
and,
be such a
well,
thrilling race.
It is a very, very tense race.
Oh.
As Inter Milan got a massive 3-1 win against struggling Napoli. Lukaku scored 2 goals, including that wonderful opening counter-attacking goal where Lukaku ran from his own half all the way to score. It was a cracking goal, wasn't it? Absolutely
It was really
brilliant
good, yeah.
goal. Lautaro Martinez also scored in the 67th minute. Second minute, can't say my word properly. After Milik 40 scored to start a comeback. After 18 games, quite incredible status. Lukaku and Martinez have been the second best goal scorer in duo since 2009-2010 for Inter
Is
Milan
that Diego
with 23
Milito
goals.
Neto?
They're down in 5th.
Diego Milito
Who-
Neto.
Yes.
who was it?
The top one right now is Icardi and Perisic with 24 goals.
That's impressive.
24 goals.
I want to know how many of them was Icardi's though.
Probably 95%
I was about to
of
say
them.
that. When you say duo, at least these
Probably
two
more
share
Icardi.
I
goals.
think if one didn't have the other, it'd be a different story.
This is
Yeah.
why I'm worried about Martinez moving because it's
Man United have been linked with Martinez, but they've put a 100 million price tag on him. But I'm hoping that we do get him because he is really good. He's exactly what I want.
Does that mean you play 2 up front?
No.
Well, this is the thing. Do
John
you, know,
Martial.
do you know what they remind me of? Do you know when we used to talk about little and large partnerships? Do you remember
Oh,
Crouch,
yeah, yeah.
Crouch and Defoe?
Mm-hmm.
But large large because he's quite quick.
He's just
quite quick for his
He's
size.
stocky.
He's just like big, and he's hard to knock off the ball like Crouch was, but Crouch was just tall and hard to get around. It very much just reminded me of I'm Crouch and Defoe, because Martinez reminds me a lot of Defoe for some reason.
He's a very good player.
Yeah.
But without one or the other, they wouldn't be as good as...
Exactly.
Like Matt scored a lot of goals, but he wasn't as good as he is
no.
this year without Romelu Lukaku. And I think he's added a lot to his game since he's moved to Italy.
It's very Milito-esque, like, I think.
Yeah.
You've got Lukaku who's there to be like a poacher type player, isn't it? And you've got Lautaro who's there to
do the running.
bomb
He
down.
can
Yeah,
also
exactly.
Lukaku also holds it up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's similar to me they're nowhere near the same type of players, but it's similar to me that Raul Jimenez and Diego Jota at Wolves.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best examples.
It's similar to that, but maybe a more excelled sort of players those two are.
I love how we've just compared them to three different strike partnerships. Maybe just the first Lukaku Martinez.
No, I'm saying in counter-attacking football, they're similar to what Santa does with Jota.
I tell you what though, Conte's done well to change his style. At Chelsea, I don't remember him playing two
played
strikers.
Three at the back, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember him playing two
Who
strikers.
did he play from? Was it Giroud?
Was it Costa at first?
It was
Diego
Diego Costa.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
We move from Italy to Spain now. It was really one of the standout games of the week. Was the derby between Espanyol and Barcelona. Of course, turn from a winter break. Espanyol are bottom of the Liga. Barcelona were top, and it was a game that didn't disappoint. David Lopez, the centre back, scored an Opia to shock the away side. But then Suarez and Vidal did score 2 goals in a quick fire 9 minutes just after the second half started to take the lead. However, Frenkie de Jong, who is Mr. Team of the Year, of course, got himself a red card with 25 minutes of the match left, and it would prove fatal because the Espanyol's marquee Chinese striker Wu grabbed a late equaliser in the match to give Espanyol a massive 3 points. They only had 3 shots on target and 35% possession all game long. It was perfectly executed counter-attacking football.
I mean, I don't know if has anyone seen the Frenkie de Jong I've not seen if it.
No.
I haven't.
I was gonna say I'd like to check just to see, because I don't know if they have VAR over
I
there.
thought
But
says VAR in the Spanish league.
I don't know, but I think it made probably a lot of, I say Espanyol fans, but I remember when Wu signed, the amount of hype they got from China, because he's really the first.
But there's not many like.
I'm just looking at
Well, no,
now.
Players in the Liga,
He's the real export that they've always
I can think of Inoue is the only real Asian player I can think that plays in the league.
I was gonna say Kag's in La Liga 2, so
No, that doesn't. I'm talking main La Liga. I'm thinking Inoue.
the one that plays at
Deportivo?
the one that plays at Cam for Valencia.
Oh, Kang Lin.
Kangin Lee. Yeah. He's
Lee
very
Kang-in.
new as well.
I've just had a look at it. It's 2 yellow cards, but he shouldn't have really got it, to be honest. The second yellow card he got was for shirt pulling, and he was just holding on to
Was
it.
it a counter attack though? Do you know, like a cynical sort of?
Did he
We
need
need to
make
stop. We need to stop the attack.
To be honest, when I look at the video, no, we didn't really need to make it.
No.
It was just, to be honest, he was holding the shirt.
That might
It just
have
wasn't letting go, so the referee just
I
gave
mean,
him the
he's
yellow
been
card.
so good for a year. Maybe that's just a bit of tired inconsistency.
He's still young.
Yeah.
You know,
Thanks, Will, for the comment as well. Martinez said, I think Martinez should stay into so many players quick to leave good situations, but the grass isn't always green, and the Martinez-Lukaku partnership should be here to stay.
This is exactly why I agreed with Jadon Sancho staying at Dortmund.
They could go for the Champions League next year in my life. They made a few. Because Antonio Conte is one of the hell of a managers. They made a few signings they could go for.
As I say, I think they're going to win the Europa League. I truly do. And I also thought that out of all the clubs in the world, they had the best transfer window, as well with the signings they made.
Really, really good. Now, the rest of the leagues, the Premier League did play some midweek games. Arsenal played Manchester United, a couple of other games like that. But this week, it was mainly just FA Cup and the Carabao Cup semi-finals, which we've already talked about. So if you have just joined, you can go a little bit further back in the video to find out about those games. And, in terms of Germany and France, the Bundesliga and the Ligue 1 are still on their winter breaks, but Ligue 1 is back this weekend, while the Bundesliga will be back next week. So just before we go on to our debate section, I'm not going to lie, I was clutching at straws to find something to debate this time. It might be a very quick one, but if you are watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Twitch, if you want to put any comments and opinions in on what we've talked about throughout the show,
Drop a like and subscribe.
Exactly, and as well, if you haven't
Wow.
We haven't seen him yet, have we? None of us have. But if you want to go
I've
and
seen
follow,
my money going down, and EA's money going up.
if you want to follow the link there, Twitch TV / the Top Corner, you'll be able to watch that. We'll be doing some packs throughout the weekend in hopefully try pack a blue, which is probably not going to happen.
Don't say
but,
we.
know.
It's all on your account.
No.
You're the only one that can get
Well,
something out of all of us.
it's a communal channel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's communal.
Oh,
It's
I love
communal,
this.
but
Communal.
it's you that spent all the money on the.
It's
on
communal.
I tell you what though, if we do talk about Twitch for just a quick short moment, I think next year will be when that we start
it'll be
putting a
more
lot more.
communal.
Because at the moment, in this situation that we're in now, we can't rely on the connection being
No.
great.
Well, I think it's all right.
Yeah, it's
I've
been-
no
No, it
problem.
was all right, but we can't rely on it. Let's be
No.
fair. If I wanted to put my life on not getting lag, I wouldn't. So
Glad on by.
and then next year everything's just going to be much more simpler. So hopefully we can start moving this channel
Yes.
forward.
Yeah.
I
as
feel
of-
like
as
there's
of
going to be a
next
lot
year.
more content next
But
year.
keep your eyes
Yeah.
out as well on Twitter, which is at @the_top corner. I'll tweet out very soon a schedule of when I'm live. It'll be all over the weekend. Plenty of packs, plenty of fun, plenty of music. Be a good time. But we'll move on to the next section now. Of course, in the last episode we did it wasn't the last one, the one before that we did a debate, and it was Arsenal Fan TV. We talked about fan channels, whether they have a place in football. Now, as I said, I've kind of been clutching at straws to find something to debate this week. There's not really been a deal of controversial news.
I'm a fan of this.
One piece of news that did come out just before we kind of got into 2020. We haven't said Happy New Year to everyone as well.
I know.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We should
To-
probably said
to
that
be-
at the
I was gonna
start.
say, though, to be fair, when we're a week
We
into
are
the
a
new,
week in.
I bet half the people that ever watch this are definitely still writing 2019 rather than 2020. Because I swear to God, when I used to be in school, it used to get to April and I'd still be writing 20. Well, I wouldn't.
And then getting some Tipex out.
Yeah, well, no, it'd be
Yes.
on a laptop because my handwriting's too bad.
But
Right then.
just the start before the start of
True
the year,
story.
there was a
You
big
told me
piece.
yesterday.
There was a big piece of news announced in the Chinese Super League that I do think inevitably will rock European football in terms of transfers, but not for now. They announced, the Chinese FA, that there's going to be a salary cap introduced into the league after sides' excessive spending over the last couple of years to bring in main stars to the club. The salary cap will now limit players to £42,000 a week deals. However, when I did the European show, I didn't know whether this would affect current deals or whether this would just be deals from now on forwards. It just affects new player deals. So stars like Oscar, Bakambu and Hasek, who are on 200, 300 grand a week, they still have that deal. However, if they want to renew their contract, they will be limited to £42,000 a week. So in the long run...
I'm pretty sure that Oscar's deal runs out in some point.
Perfect.
In the next 2 years. I think it's a year or the next 2 years.
Which perfectly
And
links
that's me.
in.
And that's me going off Football Manager.
I tell you what, I bet Arnautovic is fuming.
Oh, I bet he is.
He was late to the train
He's
anyway.
licking his
'cause
lips, getting out of West Ham.
I was going to say, West Ham kept him for half a year longer than they should. He would have got half a year longer on 500 grand a week.
I'm sure Hamsik's deal's quite long, so he's only just
He only
Yeah.
just signed. So the thing is,
Bakambu
a lot of
maybe
players
as well.
like Bakambu, Hulk, they're already being linked. Carrasco, they're already being linked to moves away.
I
just
think
because-
Carrasco's coming back because Carrasco was linked to
He's
come back.
too good to be in the Chinese Super League. He's only.
He was-
He must be
he-
mid-20s.
Didn't he? He
26,
scored in the
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he scored in the Champions League final that time.
He's 26 years old.
Against
Real.
against Atletico Madrid, brilliant. Against Real.
Yeah, because I tell you what, from that champion, he was always for me the standout. I watched
Which
Atletico.
The 1-1 or the 4-1?
I think it would have been. I think it might have been the 1-1. I'm not sure, but it was one of the
Josh,
two.
get that researched.
But when I watched Atletico on them runs to the he was always my standout. I loved watching him because he was one of them players that would literally pick up the ball
Played in
and
the World Cup,
drive.
didn't he, as well?
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest, I always remember him for the goal against Arsenal when they played Arsenal.
Can't remember.
When he
Which was
at-
the one?
when he was at Monaco.
Which one
Um,
was where he scored and then he went to
scored
kiss his wife?
against scored against Real Madrid 2016.
Was it the 1-1?
It was the 1-1.
Yeah.
Right,
So is that? I swear to God, that's the one where he scores a goal and he runs.
He does
and he just
indeed.
keeps running and he just finds his wife and gives her a kiss and then
Yep.
runs
Aw,
back. Yeah.
What a lad.
What a lovely
And
moment.
how old is he?
He's 26.
Yeah,
Um,
he's still
he-
got
mid
eight.
20s.
But there's players' contracts in the next couple of years. They're going to run out. Some that will be running out very soon, like Bakambu, Carrasco. They're already getting linked to moves away. So Carrasco's been linked to move to Everton,
That would be a really
which
good
would be an
deal
interesting
forever.
one. Hulk, he's been linked to move to Espanyol because the owners
Okay.
of Espanyol know the owners of Shanghai. So
Oh,
they're looking to
well,
work
that-
out a
the bid to keep them up.
Exactly. So there's already a lot of players that could be on their way out. So the question I was going to ask is, I've put down that the Chinese Super League's heavy-hitting spending is a failed experiment, in my opinion. It saw the likes of Drogba, Anelka, Carlos Tevez move over the last couple of years in big money deals. As the money continues to roll in football, not just in China but around Europe, transfer deals are becoming heavy and wages are increasing day by day. And a perfect example, which you did say about earlier, is Danny Drinkwater. Aston Villa are paying £110,000 a week.
So paying all his wages?
All of his wages.
They've got him on loan.
They've got him on loan. They're paying all of his wages for the 6 months that he's there.
But
It's a ridiculous wage.
Have they got like a future fee on him, or is it that?
I think it's just a set. Just no permanent.
Yeah,
so
have a rebuild again in the summer.
The two main questions I've got are: should European leagues look to introduce salary crap, and two, will transfer deals and wages just forever increase with no sign of big money money spending stopping?
I pray that this salary cap gets introduced. My basis is based on, I know it's not, it's based on the NFL. Because they have a salary cap, and how many there's not many teams win back-to-back Super Bowls. Every single year, there's new teams that win it, and it makes it a much more diverse league and much more entertaining to watch because you don't know who's going to win. Because I think in the Premier League, we've all said, since Man City got their oil money, they, apart from the first couple of years where they had to slowly, like, they spent stupidly on Rocky Santa Cruz, etc. But when they got going, they were unstoppable for many years, and I think a lot of people were a bit like, so what have we got to do to be successful? Get invested by oil? Like, I think the salary rate, I think it'll come in.
I
think it should come in, but it won't.
No, I don't think it will either. But
I think it should come in, but not to the. You've got to obviously make it even. So, like, the Chinese league is 42k a week. It's going to have to be higher for the Premier League, just because it is the highest standard of league.
Makes sense.
The salary cap is also in rugby union in the Premiership League. It really, it works because you have to use players out of your academies or these youth players, because you can't bring in a Sonny Bill Williams, who is one of the best, because if you bring him in, you might have to get rid of your best fly half because the wages are too much, and so it does become a really good balancing act, and I think that'd be great to see. Like, you might see a City having to get rid of an Aguero, which means Jesus gets thrusted, but it gives them that space to maybe get two quality centre backs that will even out the wages. But when what happened this year was found out that Saracens went over the salary cap. Now Saracens were have been really dominating the league. It's because they've been breaking the salary cap. So what happened was they got fined, I think it was 5.3 million, which is a lot for rugby. And with that money, it was split between all of the 12 Premiership sides. So instead
that's a quality idea.
Going into like the Premiership fund, it was split. So Exeter Chiefs donated all their money to charity. And obviously a lot of the clubs have got to keep it to keep them maintaining the club. And I do think it really will work well.
That's what I mean. I think it works in other sports because it works in rugby, it works in the NFL because that's why the draft's a thing. And I think it would be nice because until this season, I think a lot of people looked at Chelsea and went, they have got 15,000 kids on loan, right? Why aren't they giving these people a chance? And if they had a salary cap, they could get rid of, I don't want to feel harsh, but get rid of Willian, right? And then bring in Callum Hudson-Odoi, but before they had to because the salary, the transfer ban was in it. So I think the salary cap is a great idea.
I mean, the third question I put on the table was, of course, I said about some of the players, where should they go? The Chinese league, as I said before, was a failed experiment. It was an experiment that lasted a couple of years, and it failed massively. One of the big major signings that they made was Carlos Tevez. They were paying him £500,000 a week, and all he was doing was eating takeaways, which is the piece of news that went out. He was just sat eating takeaways and just being absolutely terrible for the club. And the real issue with this is a lot of Chinese clubs in the past, because of this experiment, went bust and went into administration, and the clubs have gone. Well, just over a short period of time.
It is a failed experiment. Yes. I mean, you had people going over there, not because this is what annoyed me, right? I remember Graziano Pella lifted up his, I don't know who played, or maybe Beijing or NA, right? He picked up his shirt, and on his interview he said, I remember watching Beijing Rene as a kid. No, you don't remember watching Beijing Rene as a kid, because no one watches that.
You don't know. You don't. In Little Italy.
Yeah, because apparently his mum got him a shirt for Christmas when he was a kid from Beijing. If my mum got me a shirt, I'd go, who is this?
Will's put, can't see the CSL luring any name players for Europe now. There will be some players on more money in the Championship. Without the money, can't see players wanting to play in China over Europe.
Well, this is it. The only reason people moved was to set themselves up for retirement. It became an expensive retirement home.
Like MLS.
The
Less
real
expensive,
question is,
but yeah, I get
will
your
we
point.
ever see a league experiment like this ever
Well,
again?
it's happened before. Not necessarily a league experiment, but when Ansi
Anzi Makachkala.
Thank you. When they got Eto and Yuri Sokov and all those players that were on ridiculous amounts of money a week, and it didn't really work for them either.
Well, they'll
Because-
very soon lose their amateur status as a
There
football
you go.
club.
Professional
Amateur.
Yeah.
Amateur status.
Sorry, yeah, professional
Oh,
status. They're
sorry,
about to become an
professional.
amateur club.
Professional status. Yeah. The CSL, it's not worked. No, I don't think it's ever going to work. They're never going to be an elite tier league.
The MLS, I think, is the one that's worked the best for how it's running.
Mm-hmm.
So
They don't do it so. They didn't do it as much. They didn't do it
No,
on such
soccer.
wholesale
Yeah.
sort of risk taking
I
that
think
the Chinese did.
this specific league, the Chinese league, I don't think there's ever been a league like it for being minuscule and spending
the-
so much money.
The players from the MLS are towards the end of their career. Like the players
Yeah.
that are going to the Chinese Super League, like we said, Carrasco, Oscar, Talisca, they were nowhere near the end of their careers.
I think Qatar tried it, and Qatar's still trying it. Obviously, Mandzukic,
Benatia.
who's towards the end of his career. Benatia, who's getting on a little bit. The likes of Jefferson Farfan when he was at Schalke, they took him from there. So there's a couple of leagues. Xavi, yeah, when he was at Al Sadd. There's a couple of leagues like Qatar,
Japan as well, aren't they? Have you got
David Villa and Iniesta, and Podolski as well.
But I feel.
Torres.
I'll be honest. I think.
Oh yeah, Torres.
I
Sagantosu.
think the Chinese Super League is the only ever league to do it when people were under 30 and still in their,
Yeah.
I'd say,
Yeah.
prime.
Like Oscar.
Yeah, so Oscar, Hamsik
Carrasco.
was still doing fantastic at Napoli. And Carrasco, obviously.
Jackson Martinez.
Hulk Lavezzi.
Exactly. They took all these players that at the time could have gone to any team in Europe. Even Arnautovic is another one.
Yeah.
So they're the only league, because everyone always says the MLS is a retirement home. And there's enough proof to say it probably is.
It's
The only
still
person that's ever gone there is Carlos Vela.
I think it's in development though. I think
I hope
the
so.
MLS is trying to shift itself. I mean, Miguel Almiron joined
Yeah.
at a point when he was being linked to a lot of European clubs.
I think Joseph Martinez will be over here soon.
Exactly. I mean, look at him. He was at Torino and was struggling, and now he's absolutely flying. There's a couple of other players like Hector Villalba, the Argentinian winger. He moved there when he was
There's
being linked to clubs.
Acosta as well, the cam.
The guy Christian Pavon, he was linked to a lot of European clubs like Arsenal. He went to LA Galaxy and he's been flying there. As you said, I haven't seen a league, because it wasn't just one club in the Chinese league.
No.
It was practically every single club going for it. And the real the risk was, if they kept going the way they were, all the clubs would have just gone bust, and the Chinese league, I think, would have just died, fizzled up. Or we would have seen all of the second division clubs who weren't spending money, and it would have just been a shift. We'd have seen all these big clubs just drop, like Guangzhou for Evergrande and Dalian Yifang. And it's not just players as well. It's the managers.
Yeah.
Of course, Rafa Benitez is still out there. Felipe Scolari's still there. Fabio Cannavaro, he's making a name for himself in China. He's still there. Will it be managers as well that will jump ship?
Well, I think we look at the Rafa Benitez Monday Night Football, and he said that they're still going for it in China, really. They were currently creating a training thingy with 13 different pitches.
Yeah.
So I think there is a plan in place, but they need to go about it in a stable, and sustainable way, rather than we're investing for the future. What have you done? Gone and signed a 25-year-old on 500 grand a week? That's not sustainable.
No.
It's not.
I think we'll still see some players move here and there in the Chinese league, because the 42 grand, there's still some players that will probably look at it and think, yeah, go on, I'll give it a go. But we won't see the big name players.
They had the foreign players rule as well, don't they? Over there? I think it's like 5 foreign players in the whole squad or something.
Yeah,
along
they changed
them lines,
it. Just as you perfectly predicted it. It was 4. They've now upgraded it to 5. But the goalkeeper cannot be foreign. It has to be a Chinese goalkeeper. And the way they're looking about it is they want to develop a team over time for the World Cup.
That's what I think. That should be I think what we've got to look at also. It may have been just to bring eyes on the league from exteriors, but also bring eyes on the league in their own nation, because maybe they want to be successful on a world stage, and you need to get kids at a young age watching players for example, like Ferreira Carrasco and go, oh wow, I want to be like him. Whereas, let's be fair, if you watched Wayne Rooney at 33 in the MLS, you might not have wanted to be like him. But do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
For a commercial.
Yeah.
Will's
standing
put,
point.
I think the MLS is good and it's only going to grow. In the US Association, football is the most played sport by people under the age of 13, which shows development in the sport is increasing. And I think that perfectly describes it. The MLS has been a work in progress.
Yeah.
I mean, 10, 15 years ago, the MLS was irrelevant. And then kind of we got to that period
it's
where
the
Robbie
same-
Keane and
Yeah, it's the
Thierry
same
Henry
with what we
moved,
just said
David
about.
Beckham.
It's the same with what we just said about Chinese Super League. For a commercial standing point, it is it's better because you have players like Zlatan.
Yeah.
And Carlos Vela, he's a big name in Mexico.
Rooney, he's
Wayne Rooney from England. Give me some more names.
What
Perlo moved there, Gerrard,
Pirlo,
Lampard,
Schweinsteiger.
There's a lot of
David Villa.
There's a lot of people from top European countries.
Well,
that
like,
are-
And
Acro-
well-respected
that are getting eyes-
names.
Well-respected names. Like David Villa is obviously one of the best
Spanish striker.
Spanish ever. Wayne Rooney, probably the best English striker ever.
Oh, Shearer.
All right.
Oh.
One of
Well, England's
one of,
all-time top goal
Yeah.
scorer. He's and
One of the
David
best,
Villa, Spain's
strikers ever.
all-time top
Yeah.
goal scorer.
It's just for a little commercial point. It is.
It's
just good.
for me. It's hard because what these leagues have to do. In England, football has always been top priority alongside cricket and stuff, but nothing ever really reaches the like. Whereas in there, America have got so many different sports that are bigger than soccer. I'm calling it soccer for all the concept.
Soccer.
So many sports are big. They need to do something to get up to that level. Whereas in China, I'm pretty sure, like, if you look at the
Baseball.
Olympics, they do really well in gymnastics. They do really well in other sports like that. So they have to
That's Japan.
try and get soccer up to that sort of level. It's hard because there is so many barriers in the way of maybe kids just aren't interested. But how do we make them interested? How do we make them watch?
Well, that's what you said about like the Chinese Super League. You just get those players over,
Yeah.
like the players that I've just said, and that's
But
what.
if they're bringing these players over, what if these young Chinese kids don't know who they are? Because they might think that they might have not watched football
But
before.
thing is, over time they'll make their own
Yeah,
idols.
and this is
Yeah.
the thing. They'll see the quality they possess in comparison to everyone else. Because if you can always tell if you're watching a child's football team and 1 out of the 11 is scouted, you'll be able to tell which one it is because you'll be miles better than everyone else.
They'll be pulling out
So
the
if-
Registas.
Yeah, but if you watch for example, I'm just going to keep using Carrasco because he's so good. If you watch Carrasco in a team full of 10 Chinese players you've never heard of, you'll know which one Carrasco
Yeah.
is
Which
because
they'll
of
see
how
as
good
the
he is.
idol.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then, the more they go and watch these games, the more likely to they invest to keep watching. Because like, I remember watching him, he made me get off the edge of my seat. And then slowly, these kids might go, I want to be that winger. I want to be that defender. I want to be that goalkeeper, even though they can't have foreign ones anymore. You know?
Well, no, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
They might,
Yeah,
they might
exactly.
see an Asian Chinese.
I think
goalkeeper.
eventually they will push to just have 1 or 2 foreign players in the team, and that's about it. I think they really want to focus on progressing young Chinese footballers to go out there. A great example of a Chinese footballer right now that's making his name is Wu Lei Espanyol, because when he moved there was a pandemic of tweets and just
Yeah.
everything on social
Are there any
media.
other Chinese players that are playing in the Ministry?
There's a Chinese player at Bayern Munich.
Is
I'm
there
pretty
one
sure
at
there is.
Wolves?
Yes, there is one at Wolves.
There was one that used to play for Manchester City before they were good. It was Sun Ji Hai.
Oh yes.
What a hero.
So I think they're looking to expand the market and
I now
really
need
get
to
players
Google
out
whether
there.
he was Chinese.
Go
I think
for it.
I'd really like the salary cap to be with Premier League because I think it will show what players are playing for the money and what players aren't. So let's say, obviously the 42 grand will not be feasible.
Just
for
with
Premier
that,
League.
yeah, that's the
'Cause
problem. But I think Liverpool have got a good. That's how every Premier League team should be. Like the wage thing. Like, I don't think anybody in there is 200k a week.
No, because they were. I can't remember who it
Isn't it
was.
based on loyalty?
I think it was in the summer they would have gone for Delict and
Yeah.
it would have completely messed up
Yeah.
their salary thing. Another person who's really good at it is Daniel Levy. However, he's good, but he's also running his luck because he could lose a lot of players when they realise how less they're on in comparison
He's
to other
gonna
people.
lose Christian Eriksen. Just
Yeah,
touching on
Eriksen,
Tottenham for a second.
Are actually in negotiations with Inter Milan to try and see if they can sign him in
That's
January.
a really good signing.
So-
but
Inter Milan are making
salty
moves,
I'm
you know.
salty at that because I wanted Christian Eriksen.
Marquee signings, but I think overall we can agree. I think a salary cap would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think it ever happen?
No,
No.
no.
No, it's too much
Can't be it.
money maker.
It depends how crazy this goes because when Rooney moved, everyone went, what a crazy transfer, what a fee. And then you see, no offense, Harry Maguire going for as much as he did.
But that's what starts it off, isn't it?
It was that one big move.
And Bale as well.
Yeah.
And
and
the
then
way it's
Pogba.
going, eventually
Neymar,
we'll see a billion pound player.
And then
Ousmane Dembele.
I think there'll be a moment when someone has to kind of step in and just go, this is getting a bit stupid now, because for as many of these good transfers were happening, we're losing clubs.
Yeah.
We're losing was it Macclesfield?
No, Max still got a point deduction. Bury.
Okay.
They're struggling. Bury.
We've almost lost Macclesfield.
We nearly lost Bolton.
We almost lost Bolton. We've already lost Bury.
Portsmouth really, like if you look at
were
their
almost there.
downfall.
We're almost
Sunderland
gone.
were on the brink of what's it called? Administration or bankruptcy or
liquidation.
Yeah, liquidation.
I mean, even in Europe, you look at teams like Parma, for example. They've had to fight their way all the way back up because they had a real issue with
Rangers
money.
as well.
Rangers,
Angie,
we nearly lost Dortmund
because they've gone. Angie have put themselves into a bad situation because it always comes to the fact that the only team that have done it recently that I can remember is Wolves, that have injected a lot of money and been successful because it's the cost of chasing the dream of being a big team, which is a real harsh reality.
I feel like Wolves have never done like 50, 60 million signing.
Ruben Neves in the Championship at the time.
How much were?
He cost, I think, about 17 million, which in the Championship at the
that's
time, that was like 10 million
How
more
much?
than it. I think it was something like 70. Were you good?
17.
17.
Oh.
It's an 89 one.
I was going to say,
I mean, Jimenez moved for about 30 million pounds.
It was a
Yeah.
loan in the
Yeah.
first year, and then it was a 30 million.
no, it was just that Neves was in the Championship at the time, and we
Yeah.
hadn't seen funds like it, and it almost came like, they're buying the
he
league.
signed for a Championship record fee
I mean,
of about 15.8
15,
million.
yeah,
I
something
mean,
like
in terms of Wolves, I feel like it helps with them having like the same agent as half the players that play for them. But yeah, like you say, 15 million is a bargain in the Championship.
As I was saying to Josh the other day,
It's not a bargain. It's a big sum.
they've basically got the Portuguese national side, and I did
They
see
have, haven't they?
I did see a tweet once when Wolves lost, and they went, "If this Wolves defeat proves one thing, it's that Portugal is nothing without Ronaldo."
In
That is absolutely
fact,
brilliant.
if Football Manager's anything to go by,
Oh, fuck.
I've done a Wolves Football Manager career, and they wouldn't let me sign any other players but Portuguese players, and I was fuming. They had me signing under 23 players who were Portugal.
And
They're all just awful.
so, like in China, they've got to have at least 9 Chinese players.
I've got to have at least 11 Portugal players in my team.
Will put Klopp didn't want Delict because the wage structure would have been flipped upside down.
Yeah,
Plus,
that's
if
what-
you're paying Delict 250 grand a week at
Kieran
age
should.
19, how much is he going to want when he's in his prime at 25?
Exactly.
But then
It's a
also,
perfect point.
think Van Dijk want more.
Salah
This
a
new
lot more.
kid's
That-
Mane a lot
Salah.
more.
This thing, once you make a big
Arsenal.
signing,
Look at
Can we
Arsenal.
laugh at Arsenal?
Look at Arsenal's wage structure.
well,
it went out the window.
that's where it happened because when they signed Ozil up to so much money, and then Ramsey came and Ramsey was out of contract, all Ramsey had to do was, I want as much as him because I'm playing better than him. I'm playing more minutes than him. He's sat playing Fortnite while I'm working my butt off, winning this team games when they don't deserve
Seen
it.
that meme where Arsenal are playing and it's like Mesut Ozil's gone live on Fortnite.
Yeah, so it's so. I'm sorry again, but for example, United.
Yeah, it's
How
nice
much
and
did you spend on Alexis Sanchez? It's 500 grand a week, isn't it?
400 it is.
400 grand a week. If I was Marcus Rashford coming to the end of my contract,
He's on
and
200 now.
still with Sanchez, I could just go, I'm doing better than him.
I think
I want
Marcus.
him to actually
No,
play
but
for the
it's
club.
Yeah, exactly.
It's personality in it. It's Marcus
How-
Rashford would never be the type of person to go and say, "I want this to stay at the
Yeah,
club."
you say that, but then when we all saw De Ligt at Ajax, we thought, oh, what a young kid and how good he is at 19. But I
How-
think some of this is led by their agents.
How much is Greenwood on?
I'm not sure.
It won't be too much. He's only just come up this year. to be
Yeah,
fair.
he must-
At the end of
he
the
must
day,
be
money
on
makes the world go
10,000 or
around.
something
And
like that.
let's say I was the best centre back in the world. Not going there. Let's say I was.
Jimmy
no,
Tarkowski.
Jimmy Tartak.
The meat shield.
Meat shield. No, let's say I'm the best centre back in the world, but my teammate on more than me because he's a bit older. I think I want the same.
Yeah, no.
Same amount of more 'cause I'm way better than him, regardless of the character of the person. you
I
think-
think it's
But-
a lot to do with personality, in my
and
opinion.
I
Like,
think
I don't think it
Mesut Ozil and
I think
Mesut Ozil
it's-
is such a stubborn.
Uh,
He thinks he's the best, and
No, but if you just look at the stats, surely any player, regardless of the personality, will think, "I am playing. I'm putting
Yeah,
more effort. I'm
but
playing
you've
better
got
than
you've got to
him."
think it's
But,
not just these
yeah.
people personalities. You've got to think of their agents in their ear.
yeah, especially
They-
Areola.
Yeah, the agents will be in their ear going. Like for example, maybe Marcus Rashford has a really bad agent. I don't know if he
I
does,
don't know
but
who his agent is.
exactly. So Marcus Rashford gets that 200 grand a week while Sanchez is on 400. And he goes, yeah, I'll take it. But his agent just goes, hold on a minute, takes him to the corner and goes, you can get this much. You
But
can...
I think no. In my honest opinion, I don't think Rashford would ever do.
No,
that.
I'm just talking. Like I'm just using him as an example.
I don't. Yeah. I don't think Rashford would ever do that. But I know you're just using an example. But De Ligt has, is it Mino Raiola or is his agent? Is Mino Raiola De Ligt's agent? I think he is.
I don't know.
That's probably why he's asking for so much, because he probably wants some
Yeah,
as well.
he gets the agent fee.
And-
I mean, it's one of them. It's and more and more people looking at football as a business rather than a sport.
And Jesse Lingard's now gone with Mino Raiola as well, so
He's probably
to me, that means he's out the window.
yeah, probably.
Good.
So it's something that definitely affects Europe over time. The
What are you
Chinese
laughing
Super
at,
What are
League.
you
Josh?
laughing at?
I'm just laughing at a video of Diego Costa falling into a pool. I don't know why. It's just come off to the day on the Twitter. It's just
Top class
I'll
podcast.
turn it back for you, but it's top class quality content.
That's what
There
I'm
you
trying
go.
to
But it is something that.
Can we stop looking
it's
at
something
that?
that will the Chinese Super League. It will affect Europe over time. Obviously, probably not right now,
No.
but over the next couple of years, we will see some of those big players move on and move forward and come back to Europe.
Yeah.
The real question is where some of these players are going to go. Of course, I said Costco will be one of those players that will surely go to one of the top European sides because he's a great player. But I think overall, it's not really a debate kind of thing, is it?
I just know Diego Costa going.
Yeah.
Okay, it is.
But we've all seen it
Give
now.
me a minute.
It's not really a debate more than anything. It's more kind of looking into it and seeing.
I've just seen Diego Costa fall into a pool.
Camera is it? I'm gonna show them.
There you go.
It's on that one.
Oh no, it's that one there. It's that one behind you. There you go. You'll be able to see it. Here we go. This is the video of Diego Costa falling into a pool. You might just be able to see it.
And
And there we go. Into the water he goes.
I'll tell you
That's
what,
why we were laughing.
people say we don't give quality analysis.
Top content. Top content.
But yeah,
football.
I'd say less of a debate, more of
Yeah.
an important
We all
talking
agreed
point. in
straight away.
football.
I was gonna say, I hope it's, I hope it's like when is it gonna happen rather than like if it's gonna happen.
But I think it's a really good talking point. But we'll go on to the last part before, of course, the big finale feature. Rowan is he's very happy about it. He's back in the hot seat. And
Headphone users.
my headphones just.
Yeah,
Put
I
up
was
there
about
for a
to say.
second.
I've got one working earphone now.
Yeah.
So we'll go into the weekly roundup, of course, as I said beforehand. I've picked out a very limited amount of
Are we
games.
have predictions on these again?
I'll be honest, I've got a feeling that we always lose track, but why don't we do it for a bit of fun?
I've got a pen, right?
Friendly
So
competition.
we'll do predictions. So I've picked out a couple of games. There's not a great deal on, of course, as I said before. The Bundesliga is back next week, and Liga is back this week. But there's one game being played twice in Liga over the next week, which is PSG versus Monaco.
Because of the rainstorm.
Because of the abandoning of the game. So the first game I picked out, this is the main game on Friday night. It is in Ligue 1. It's Stade Rennais versus Marseille. This is a big game in Ligue 1. It's Marseille second, Stade Rennais third. As the table stands, Marseille have got 38 points, while Stade Rennais have got 33. But Rennais have got a game in hand. So this is a really, really big game because, of course, if they get the 3 points, they'll be 2 points behind Marseille. So a lot of pressure on them to win the game.
Then if they win the game in hand, they go above them.
Exactly.
Because maths.
Yes,
So
that's how
maths.
football
'Cause
works.
maths.
And maths
Michael
works.
Owen.
in the League One, is it top 2 that get Champions League or top 3?
Top 4, isn't it?
So,
I don't think it's
as far as I'm
4.
aware, it was
PSG and Marseille.
PSG,
Lyon?
Lyon last year.
Lyon
And
are in it this year.
No,
And Lille.
Lille.
it's the top. It was
do the fourth have to go through a qualification campaign rather
I
than?
think, yeah.
Let me have a look.
What we
They're
have-
saying
Well,
that
Lille
right
are the
now
qualifiers.
it's the top 2 will go to the groups.
Yeah, and then
I'm
the
going to go early with my
Third
prediction.
go to the qualifiers. There's only one spot.
Going to go early with my prediction. 3-1 Marseille.
Well,
fired in the
Marseille
prediction.
have won all of their last 5 matches. They're going in with high form, obviously. Andre Villas-Boas. Stade Rennais, they've only lost 1 of their last 5 games. Dimitri Payet comes into this match, 2 goals in his last 2 games.
They've won all of them. They've won 4 out of 5. This is screaming draw.
0-0.
Yeah, this is screaming draw. I'll go 1-1.
3-all.
Jesus.
1-1.
We back the high result.
Yeah.
Rowan's
yeah.
going 3-all. What do you think of this one?
3-1 Marseille.
3-1 Marseille. So that'll be
1-3.
3. And
Too much quality.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Marseille. I just think right now Marseille
Too much quality.
they're absolutely
Yeah.
high flying right now, and considering they had financial fair play issues at the beginning of the summer, and not being able to sign really good deal of players, they've done really, really well. Really
I
well.
think Villas-Boas has found a job for him. I always think there's one job in a manager's career. It was, for example, Neil Harris, who's gone to Cardiff now. And for me, his job was always Millwall. For me, he could only do well at Millwall, and now he's moved. It may prove me wrong, but I think there's always that manager that has one job, apart from Klopp, who's had two. But they've always got that one job.
I mean, it's great to see he took quite a bit of time out to go into racing, didn't he? Andre Villas-Boas. He was. I'm pretty sure he was looking into going into F1.
I thought you meant horse racing, like he was a
no,
jockey.
No. I think he was looking into going into.
Speaking of Andre Villas-Boas' former team, Spurs and Liverpool.
Yes, of course. Big segue in. I like it. Of course, we know right now Liverpool have got no signs of stopping.
I had that queued up for ages.
That was great.
I know, because you laughed to yourself. You smirked to yourself.
I've got it.
Because I was talking to Neil Harris, I've just got you smiling in the corner.
I mean,
right now, getting excited over Neil Harris.
He loves Neil Harris.
Right now, we know Liverpool are doing absolutely incredible. 20 games played, no losses.
Oh!
Do you know what? Was that on camera? Let me just check.
So.
That was on camera. Unbelievable shot. Round of applause for that.
Can that go in the title? Trick shot, dude, perfect.
Of course. We know right now, 20 games played, no losses. There's just ridiculous amount of belief at Liverpool right now. Unbelievable.
That's the best thing you've ever done, isn't it?
Is there any need to talk about Spurs?
I need to put a timestamp of video. Trick shot at this time. They are 13 points above Leicester in second place. They've got a game in hand. Spurs, of course, stand in the way. However, right now, Spurs, they had a 1-1 draw against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. The bounce-back effect of a manager joining hasn't really worked under Mourinho. They're right now 3 games without a win, of course. They've got a loss against Southampton and a 2-2 draw against Norwich, whilst Liverpool ridiculously on form. After winning the African Player of the Year yesterday, Sadio Mane comes to this game with 2 goals in his last 2 games. Spurs are 28 points behind Liverpool already this season. However, it is their first game back at home since 22nd of December.
Can we all just clap? 28 points. That is unbelievable.
United are that far behind.
No, but I'm just
22.
saying, in terms of if we look at like the last couple of seasons, 28 points from first place, I think that would have been at least like 12th or something.
They genuinely have to lose 9 games. Spurs have to win all of them. 9 games they have to lose.
That's insane.
8. They can draw a few.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's all right.
I think the only way that Spurs are going to even get anything from this game is if they stop Liverpool scoring. And
that's a bit tricky right now, isn't it?
I don't think that will happen. So 1-0 to Liverpool.
1-0 to Liverpool. So there we go. 1-0 to Liverpool.
I think Spurs at the back are quite solid.
Kieran L, what are we going for this one?
2-1 Spurs.
Oh, do you think it's going to be Liverpool's first loss?
Mourinho.
Yeah.
To derail Klopp.
The only reason I'm going to do this is because it was reminding the Leicester title winning season where I'm sat there, I'm going, they're going to slip up this week, aren't they? Or they're going to slip up the week after. So I'm just going to keep presuming.
Got beat by Arsenal.
I'm going to keep presuming they'll slip up, and then maybe they will.
Rowan, what are we going
4-0 Spurs.
for?
4-0. You think they're going to cave in?
I tell you what.
Do you know what? Got Harry Kane. He's injured.
Josh,
I tell you what. If it's 4-0,
Troy Parrott up front.
Dare I say someone's not taking this seriously?
I'm going to go.
Kieran has not been taking this seriously.
I'm going.
Only 1-0.
I'm going 3-1 Liverpool.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold up. 3. I got looks for 4-0.
Yeah, but you chose Spurs.
That's 4-0 Spurs. That's
you
completely
want Liverpool
different.
Who have conceded like barely any goals.
I think Will might be laughing at this right now.
You chose a Kaneless Spurs to win 4-0.
Well, I'm going to be getting the Kane.
Have they got Son back? Because I know he had a suspension.
Son is back. Yes, he came back after
I don't think that makes a difference.
Fuming Son.
No, because I was wondering because it
it
would have been his second red, which would have been a 3-game ban, but because his first one got rescinded, it's only a 1.
Yeah, 4-0 Spurs. I'm backing it.
So the game's on Saturday. That's at 5:30.
I'll buy you if that happens. I'll buy you 12,000 FIFA points.
Oh,
well,
right, shake on it. If that
we
happens,
can. We've
I'll
just
buy you
witnessed on
12,000
camera.
FIFA points.
On that camera there, we've witnessed they've been shaking hands. 12,000 FIFA points to
It has
Rowan.
to be 4-0 by the
If
way.
it's 4-0 Spurs. Now, if that happens, I think somebody's going to be very happy next week on the podcast. Very happy.
It might not pack anybody, so they're not funny as
They'll
well.
be very. We shot in the foot. So the other game on Saturday, this one's at 5 o'clock. As we said before, it's just ridiculous in Serie A. There's so many games. On Saturday, Cagliari versus AC Milan's on at 2 o'clock. Lazio versus Napoli at 5. Then Inter Milan versus Atalanta is at 7:45. So if you're a fan of Italian football, it's safe to say, put your feet up and relax because you've got good football all day long.
Yeah.
Unless it's AC
You missed
Milan.
that Man United and Norwich on here. Just want to put that out there. It's a big game this week. Relegation battle.
Right, let's hear Lazio Napoli.
So it's blockbuster games, of course. A lot of ridiculously good matches in Serie A. Lazio right now are absolutely flying. They're third in the league, but they've won 9 games in a row after Immobile got a late win against Brescia on Sunday. They've been getting so many late winners recently, and of course they did win the Supercoppa Italiana versus Juventus only a couple of weeks ago, which is weird to say considering a couple of weeks ago they got knocked out of the Europa League.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird world. Napoli, they've only won 1 in their last 5. Put me off now. Gattuso's acknowledged that the club's got serious issues right now, so they're looking to spend big in Napoli. I don't know why you're laughing. You're going to make me laugh in a second. Lazio got the league's top scorer in Immobile. They've got 19 goals, and the top assister is Alberto. He's got 11 assists. On paper, this looks like Lazio were going to absolutely walk the park. What were we predicting for this
however,
one?
Liverpool and Napoli is similar to this for me because I thought Liverpool walked the park with Napoli, but it was 1-1. I'm going for 1-1.
1-1. That's all right. Kieran, what we think?
I'm not making a prediction to find out what you're laughing at. What was you laughing at?
I thought you said wheeled world. The wheeled world.
Roy Hodgson.
And I thought, what's he on about there?
World.
Right, brilliant.
Weird world.
I tell you what,
world.
top quality.
Roy Hodgson's here.
We're having one today, aren't we?
This is unbelievable.
Kieran, what we think of this one?
Oh, come back to me. I don't know. Go to
Right, Rowan.
I'm going for a wheel world prediction. A 4-all.
Rowan.
Fine, do you want to go realistic?
Yes.
Go on then.
3-2 Lazio.
3-2 Lazio.
Said realistic. Napoli can't score twice.
I'm gonna go 1-0. 1-0 Lazio. It'll be a tight one.
I'll go 3-1 Lazio.
3-1 Lazio. Perfect.
Shame, because usually I would have said Napoli in this situation if it wasn't
we've
this
all
season.
gone for this situation for Lazio to at least get something out of it.
Yeah.
Which is
I don't
which
think
is fair.
Napoli are good enough this year.
And finally, of course, as I said before, we move on to France. PSG face AS Monaco.
Are we making 2 predictions?
Not once, but twice. We'll do one prediction
Right,
for this
that's
one.
yeah.
So it's a double header, of course. The banned fixture was due to flooding just to break. PSG, they are top of League One by 7 points. They've only had 3 losses this season.
I was going to say, because my result, I'm just going to make this even more complex. My result varies who's at home.
First one, PSG.
Second one, Monaco. Yes, I know. That's how football works. But I'm saying
PSG were at home.
I'm just going to.
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
cup game.
I'm going to give a caveat to my prediction with who's at home. But carry on.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
PSG
AS Monaco, they're 7th in the league right now, but they're only 3 points away from the top 4 with a game in hand. They could actually move into, I believe they could move into the top 2 if they win both of these games. And the rest of the league obviously goes in their favour. It's a massive chance for Monaco, of course, to move at the table. They've got the league top scorer in Ben Yedder on 13 goals. I bet Sevilla are missing him desperately right now. And they've also got the top assister as well. Joint top assister. Di Maria's got 7 assists. And so has Islam Slimani. He's got 7. PSG have not lost since November, while Monaco were unbeaten in 4 games. I'll go to Kieran D first. What are we thinking for this one?
2-1 to PSG.
2-1 PSG. Now?
Monaco at home, 2-2.
2-2. Robin?
3-0 both ways PSG. Both games 3-0 PSG.
Oh, are we making predictions?
No,
I'm just going for the one.
I was going to say, I'm just saying that my prediction only counts for the...
No.
Because I don't think
right.
unless it goes 2-2 at PSG, which I doubt.
Yeah, we'll go 3-0 PSG.
3-0 PSG. I'm going to go 4-2 PSG. I think there's going to be goals in this one. I'm not going to lie.
Goals.
I'm
How do
going
you
for it.
like it?
So that is the weekly roundup for this
Goals
week.
on film.
Do you know what we need? We need sound. You know, we go through each section. We need like
Goals
a sound
just
for
want to
it.
have fun, am I right?
Who run the world? Goals.
Here you goals.
Do you know what? We need to make something for each section. So that is the weekly roundup for this week. Of course, we'll come back next week, find out how we did, and of course,
I never wanna be a goal.
oh God, I love
I
it.
don't like that one.
I love
Not
it.
a fan of that one.
So now, James, Gucci, welcome to the stream. He says, I have a
Scratch
question
off.
for Kieran D. What do you think of Danny Ings' form this season?
Go on, answer it.
He's been really good. It's weird because I know James personally, and ever since the start of the season, we had a joke about Danny Ings, and ever since we've had the joke, because he had him in his ultimate team in the first, he got him in his starter pack, and it was a joke because the commentator goes, Ings, Danny Ings, and since then he's just absolutely blitzed it out of the park in the Premier League. In honesty, I think he should get a team this season this year.
I think he'll be up there. And Alexa Vujic as well said, just wanted to wish you a happy new year, lads. Keep up the good content. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We all wish you
Alexa.
a happy new year. Alexa.
I'm just thinking, like, do you know if we said it enough that someone who has an Alexa... Alexa!
Alexa!
I don't think they're playing it out loud.
Alexa.
It won't be that loud enough.
Alexa, play Eat, Sleep, Forever, Repeat. There we go. Sorry,
It's like
turned it on.
goals on film.
But we are going to go now to the last section of the podcast. Of course, we did the
Brilliant.
Christmas quiz. We're now back to the Quizmaster Rowan. Without further ado, take it away.
Well, before we do the quiz, over the Christmas period, well, obviously I missed a few of the podcast, and then obviously we had the Christmas thing, and there were no awards for Kieran.
Who won back-to-back quizzes?
We have just had another comment, by the way. Will says Danny Ings over Martial. Sorry, Kieran.
Not your mate anymore.
Well, basically, Kieran L won. He didn't get any awards, and I thought, new year, new start. So this obviously quiz is going to be week 1 from now on. So unfortunately, your win doesn't count.
My Carol
Your
doesn't
Christmas
count.
Carol
Technically,
doesn't
you
count.
could say you won 2019 quizzes.
No, you didn't. 1-3-2.
No,
I
listen,
won twice.
But no,
because-
because you weren't here for the first week, so it's 2-2.
But I'm giving it Kieran the win.
Shared
Thank you.
trophy.
29
Kieran
wins,
for
so
the
he's
season.
going to get the honorary award, where honorary is spelled wrong.
Oh, that is brilliant.
As you
With-
can see.
Sorry,
Jared
the
Bowen.
honorary award.
Can he see that?
If you want to put it closer to the camera, they can
That is
see
the
it.
honorary
Oh, I'm so
award,
happy
by
with
the
this.
way.
There we go. So we've got the honorary reward.
Do you know what's so... It's no expense spared. It's not even in colour.
I'll do
It's
it.
not
I
even...
thought it was in colour.
He's forgot to put the
So-
colour on, hasn't he?
There we go. We're just on the camera. Here we go.
Hashtag announce
Shaking the
Kieran.
camera. We love it round here.
Right.
Here we go. So
Here we
obviously,
go.
new start, fresh quiz.
New year, new quiz.
Here we go. I'm looking forward to it.
We start in the leaderboard now. We need to keep
Here
a
we go.
leaderboard.
Yes.
We do.
Do you know
We do.
what? I
We
really
do.
want to sort it out and I'll get a leaderboard on the screen and
That
everything.
is a
I'll
good
get that
idea.
sorted out. Get it
That's it.
sorted out.
That'd be easy to make as well.
I hope my mum's proud of me, you know. Like, this is quality.
Okay.
Right, here we go.
No one
20
look. No one look. Okay.
Can't look.
Right. I'm just trying.
Here we go then.
I'm just trying to think how we do this.
Let's get the quiz
Okay,
underway.
so
The
I
best
have
part
got.
of the week.
I've got every single Premier League club.
Oh,
Here.
no.
Oh, lovely.
This was done on 31st of January. This question.
Last
Can
year.
you?
The 31st.
31st of December. 31st of December. So last week. Can you? I will name a club.
Go
Can you
on.
name me the top scorers of the decade for them?
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
cool.
So
Can,
how,
can we go
I
one...
love
Just go
that.
round in a circle.
I'll give you
Yeah,
Arsenal.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright,
yeah, right, okay.
Alexa Vucic just put, I approve of the ruined casting couch in the background.
It's not it needs to be leather.
I tell you what, that's for the After Hours podcast available.
Top corner after
Available on
dark.
Patreon.
Right, let's go for it.
Okay.
Only fans.
So if Kieran gets it wrong, it goes
Yeah,
to Josh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
we'll just
You
count
don't
up how
like
many
it?
we
Okay,
get.
I like this. I like
Go
this.
on.
Arsenal.
Top scorer of the decade. Van Persie.
Incorrect.
Oh,
It's not going to be a Bamiyang, is it?
Incorrect.
I'm going to say, yeah.
We're halfway there.
mm,
Living on a
oh, yeah.
Mesut Ozil.
Incorrect.
decade 20. I want to say Henry, but it's not because he was
No, no.
much
He's got
before.
he's got 2 goals in the tens.
Yeah, Alexis Sanchez.
Incorrect.
Olivier Giroud.
Correct.
Oh,
that was my next guess.
Nice.
That was my next guess.
Start with Josh on this one, because
Yeah,
then...
obviously.
Oh,
Aston Villa.
Gabriel Conlahor.
Incorrect.
Is this in the championship as well? I mean, it probably.
yeah, because
yeah,
it's just a whole
yeah.
decade, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will
Oh,
be, yeah.
no, that's a game changer.
Um,
It doesn't matter.
I don't
Just
know.
go with it
I got
anyway.
it off Sky Sports. So we don't borrow content here.
Jack Grealish.
Incorrect.
Jonathan Kodja.
Incorrect.
Scott Sinclair.
Incorrect.
On Carew.
Incorrect.
That was my next one, God's sake. I'm trying to think of who Villa have had up front in the past couple of years,
I
but I
think.
genuinely don't remember. Who's been a statesman? I don't know. I'm lost. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna sacrifice. I don't know.
Scott Hogan.
Incorrect.
Is anyone else just like I don't know this one?
No, we have to keep going. We've got to keep going.
I will keep.
I don't know
He's
this one.
He's got to give us clues at some point, so we have to keep going.
Oh yeah, true.
Difficult. It might be only Premier League.
So he's going to be from like 2014 or Test something. Who played for Villa in like 2014? Who played up?
Oh,
He's got it.
Oh no,
Who
Josh.
did?
Emileski.
Correct. No,
Oh.
Incorrect.
Olaf Melberg.
Incorrect.
Benteke.
Benteke.
No.
Yeah,
Josh,
of
go
course.
away.
I didn't
Do you,
think
know,
about
do you know what the thing
Benteke.
is? Both goal scorers have been like that middle of the road.
Yeah.
Someone who scores consistently, but not like that
And
one
then
season.
Now they're
that-
dead.
Yeah. Whoa.
I mean, dead as in like dead, literally
Kieran
dead.
D. Brighton.
Glenn Murray.
That was
This is a good
quite
one.
an obvious one. Yeah.
Kieran L.
Yep.
Burnley.
Ooh.
Burnley.
Ooh.
Right, I'm between two. I'm gonna go with Ashley Barnes.
Incorrect.
Danny Ings.
Incorrect.
Jay Rodriguez.
Incorrect.
Sam Vokes.
Correct.
Oh, they
Oh.
pulled
They-
that
no,
that out of the bag, didn't you?
I was between Barnes and Vokes, but Vokes moved to Stoke, didn't he? So,
yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
he
that's
did.
why I thought it was Jay Rodriguez. 'Cause he was Burnley before. wasn't he?
yeah.
Josh. Chelsea.
Jesus. Could be anyone, couldn't it, really?
They've had a good.
They had a fair amount of
decade
strikers.
they've
I'll,
had.
I'll start off. I'll go Diego Costa.
Incorrect.
I was gonna go with him. Didier Drogba.
Incorrect.
Eden Hazard.
Correct.
I was thinking about that,
Yeah.
but when you think, because you think he's a winger, don't you?
I
think,
thought Drogba because like 2010. he still
Yeah,
played, didn't he?
that's the thing. I'm finding it struggle because I'm like that.
I'm thinking now, and then I'm like, no, it can't be any of them now.
I just
Yeah.
think when Diego Costa was flying, I thought he
Yeah.
scored quite a lot of goals.
Kieran D. Crystal Palace.
Wilfred Zaha.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's had two where it's like, it's definitely this, it's definitely this. But no, it's fair enough.
Kieran L. Everton.
Oh,
Oh,
no, I think
Jesus.
I've got this.
Romelu Lukaku.
Correct.
Yeah.
He was
Uh,
so good at Everton. You forget how good he was.
He was
Good at West
unbelievable.
Brom.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Josh. Leicester.
Ooh.
Oh, get
Josh,
out.
come
Yeah,
on,
Jamie
man.
Vardy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Kieran D. Liverpool.
Steven Gerrard.
Incorrect.
I bet Will knows this.
Fernando Torres.
Incorrect.
Luis Suarez.
Incorrect.
Mohamed Salah.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to
Wow.
go Salah. I thought
Yeah, 'cause
Suarez.
he's got what? 40, 60, is it?
That's
60?
like say we're all even.
Yeah,
so
Will's just
far.
put Mo Salah as the Liverpool's top scorer of the decade.
Cheating, he
Incredible.
could have given it to you.
That is a good point.
No, because it's delayed.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
matter. If
Not
we
by
still
that
were going
much.
now,
Go on, answer the comments, God.
So it's like, tell me the answers, guys.
Oh, back on Kieran L. Man City.
Aguero.
Yeah.
That's
quite an
another.
obvious
That's a Zaha. Like, just-
Robinho.
I'm jealous that you get the Man United one.
Josh. Manchester United.
they've been crap this decade.
Wayne
no
Rooney.
offense, really.
Yeah. Rooney.
Oh no,
Newcastle.
not Newcastle.
Yeah,
No.
Kieran D. Newcastle.
I honestly have no idea. I can't remember.
I've got a few in my head.
I can't even remember who plays for Newcastle now.
Joe Linton.
No, it's not him, is it?
Miggy Almiron.
John Joe Shelby.
This might be out there a little bit, but Kevin Nolan.
Incorrect.
Good shout. That was one of my shots. Demba Ba.
Incorrect.
Papi Cisse.
Incorrect.
Wow, they were my three.
Andy Carroll.
Incorrect.
Shoulder Amiobi.
Incorrect.
Yohan Cabaye.
Incorrect.
Hell.
After Kieran's guess, I'll give you a clue.
Yeah, go on.
That's
I think this one's really
who
hard.
played striker for Newcastle? Oh, Solomon Rondon.
Incorrect.
Oh,
He doesn't play for them anymore.
Well, yeah. Gotta guess that.
Fine, all right.
No,
No.
Hatem Ben Arfa.
Incorrect.
It's tricky, this one,
It
isn't
is, yeah.
It's tough.
This is a really hard one. I'm just trying to think who did.
Because Newcastle had a standout season, and they have been in the Championship, haven't they?
I
in
thought
this
it'd been
time?
more.
They've been in the
I thought it
championship
was
two
Rondon.
or three times. So,
Like I said, I don't know if the championship counts.
It's
Oh.
alright. It's alright. I don't think it matters either way. We wouldn't.
I think it counted them.
see if the championship counts. Did Dwight Gale go quite on a run of form for Newcastle? I'll just go Dwight Gale.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
After Kieran do another.
I think it's a midfielder. John Josh Shelby.
Incorrect. He's not English.
Oh.
It is he.
Right.
So-
that narrows it down. Get
Thanks,
it.
Rowan.
Johan
I've got a decent guess.
Gouffron.
Incorrect.
Jose Harris.
Yep.
Oh, of course.
It's a big one, that.
Yeah, no, it's a good shout. Of course. How would I not think of? No one thought of that. Well, apart from Josh.
Yeah. We're back on
Kieran L.
Kieran. Norwich.
Timu Pukki.
Incorrect.
Oh. Well, I'm just trying to think who've had a striker. Jordan Rhodes.
Incorrect.
Grant Hall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
good
yeah,
answer.
Grant Hall.
I was going
good
to say,
point.
all I know is it's definitely not Ricky Van Wolfswinkel.
Did he score one goal?
Something like that.
Josh. Sheffield United.
Oh.
Billy Sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's point.
Yeah.
Kieran D.
Yes.
Southampton.
Ricky Lambert.
Yep.
Glad I went with that.
Can you see it?
No, I'm John Cena.
Sick. Kieran L. Spurs.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
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 Do you know when you say the obvious answer, but you feel it's going to be wrong?
Yeah.
And then I would have lost.
Will puts
Josh.
Salah's got 84 goals for Liverpool.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
He's been incredible, him, hasn't
Right, Josh, ready? Watford.
Oh, Troy Deeney.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that it?
he?
No, no, West Ham.
This next one I'm not sure on.
Kieran D. West Ham.
West Ham.
Oh, it's Kieran first, isn't it?
We've gone through so many players.
I know.
That's the thing, they recycle players a lot.
No.
Xavi.
Xavier Hernandez.
The answer?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Carlton Cole.
Incorrect.
Mark Noble.
Yes.
That's
I'm
good
just thinking because
shout.
how long he's been there for.
He's the only one that's not been
Yeah.
recycled.
Right. Be Kieran L. But it doesn't really matter the order because it's a hard one.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Wolves, isn't it?
Wolves.
Kevin Doyle.
Incorrect.
Jesus.
I've got an idea in my mind.
Raul Jimenez.
Incorrect.
Sylvan Ebanks Blake.
Incorrect.
Oh no, I know it is.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
not
it
gonna
is.
So
Yeah,
if he doesn't
I
get
was
it,
gonna
you've
say-
got a free chance.
I was
here.
going to say, if you know, then I'm
I think I
saying
know.
no.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
Josh.
No. I'm
Josh,
guessing.
don't
No,
you dare.
no.
Don't you dare.
No, I've got someone in my mind, but it's definitely not Premier League.
Diogo Jota, I don't know. Well, no,
Incorrect.
Benny Kofovic.
Incorrect.
Stephen Fletcher.
Incorrect.
No.
Can I request a clue?
no.
Is anyone against requesting a clue?
No.
No.
We'll have a
Plays
clue.
for Shrewsbury now.
Great. I'm a big fan of Shrewsbury.
Oh, I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. Yes, I know it is.
I'm not. I'm just gonna pass. I don't know.
Josh?
I honestly don't know who it is.
I know it is.
I honestly don't know who it is. I'm. You're gonna get the 3 point here. I'm gonna go all out and say, Den Donker.
David Edwards.
Is correct.
Damn. I'd have not got that.
Dave Edwards.
Fair play. Good point, that one.
Yeah. He was there for nearly 9 years.
Not gonna lie, I've done a Shrewsbury Town football manager. So
Oh,
Well.
darn it.
So
There
the
you
scores on the doors, sort of after question, it's on the longest one. Kieran L is on 5, Josh is on 8, and Kieran D is on 6. Oh,
that adds to
close.
19.
Damn.
5, 10, 20, no 15. Yeah, does that to 19? Where have I missed?
You're literally doing it. How have you missed
1,
something?
2, 3,
Well, this is going
4,
well.
5, 6, 7, Josh 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just leave it for now.
Was-
Have I missed
no,
the club?
Bournemouth. Did you say Bournemouth?
No, you didn't.
You didn't say Bournemouth.
You didn't.
Hold up. Hold up.
Well,
Hold
to
up,
be
hold
fair,
up.
Bournemouth, Callum Wilson.
I think you should just give us all the points for it.
No,
Anyways.
I've got it right.
He's gone early. And
I've
he's
got it
got
right.
Well,
he's made
technically,
the early run.
technically.
No,
whose
Callum
was-
Wilson.
whose was
Callum
it?
Wilson.
Whose was
Bournemouth.
it?
I don't care. Callum Wilson.
I think we should get a point for not saying anything.
No, Callum Wilson. Hey, watch him go. Wrong.
I don't think there should be a point here.
Callum Wilson.
It is Callum Wilson.
Thank you. Give me a point.
Oh,
you
well,
missed
to be
out.
fair,
No, but it
Rowan's
should
the
have been-
referee. Rowan's the referee.
In my
who can make
opinion,
the
it should
decision.
have started with who did you start with, Josh?
No, start with Kieran.
Yeah, so it should have been me who
So,
got Bournemouth.
Referee makes the decision. He could be the ref.
It should have been me who got Bournemouth.
Been Josh.
What's the referee doing? VAR.
It's the third-
He's going to
it's the third
VAR.
club, isn't it?
Do you know what I'd make? Can I
18
just say? Do you know?
final.
Do you know what I'd make it easy if just no one got a point?
Yeah,
just
don't
leave
get a
it.
point.
You know what? Kieran gets a point.
Thanks.
Josh gets a point. Kieran gets a
The
point.
ref went to
So,
VAR.
so just
I
say
went to
that would have been exactly the same if you gave no one a point.
Yeah, but I feel nice.
Take the point.
Right, we'll go for a quick
We're away
round.
from home.
I wanted 6.
We're going to the anagram round now.
I love the anagram
no.
round. I
Well,
love the anagram round.
That's me and you, buggered.
I'm so awful.
I don't like
at
that.
these,
What
man.
I will say it.
So
What
what is
and
it?
then
what is it? What's the...
Is it a player or a team?
The football players.
All right.
Oh no.
Just first person to say it. You ready? Same vote.
Sam Vokes.
No. SAMEVOTE.
Tom Eaves.
He's got it correct.
Come on.
He has got it correct.
Eaves anagram. We're on the pitch.
I'm just
gonna put my feet up.
Might as well just give all the points to Kieran. Are you
Hey.
using that pen, Josh?
No,
Can I have it, please?
no, because he can write it down.
use it collectively.
Can I just use the
Hold
pen?
up, hold up. Is there another pen?
If you want to borrow the pen as well.
Actually, no. Can I put it in the notes section in my phone?
yeah, do it. Do that.
This is.
This is hardcore.
This is
Do
tense
you know what
now.
we need? Like a personal cam, do you know, to look at the...
A hand cam.
Just give me 2
Get
seconds.
everyone dash cams.
Right, here we go.
Hold up, I've not got the notes section.
If you're
up
you're writing it down.
Yeah.
He's got lots on computer up.
yet. Go. I will be mute for a second because I'm writing it. Go.
You ready?
Yep.
Alien tape York. Alien tape.
Peter
York.
Olayinka.
Yes. Yes. He got it. He got it.
Why
I
am I
didn't even
still
have
writing
time
it
to
down?
write it
I'm
down.
still writing it down like I can still get it.
Peter Olayinka.
Actually, Alexis made a really good point. He said an equally good concept for debates like these would be to make a team of the decade from each club in the Premier League. There is a page on Sky Sports where it's done. You could debate about it.
Ooh.
Yes.
That'd be a good idea.
Good win.
Thanks,
Oh,
thanks for that one.
We'll put that on for next week.
We will indeed.
Right. Final one.
Love decade-based content.
you ready?
Go on.
Oh my.
Last one.
Yeah.
I love the anagram round.
But I was on a time limit.
Go on.
Bad beam. BADBEAM. Just the silence as everyone tries to work it out. It's like countdown.
It
except we
literally-
don't have a clock. Do 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 do.
Literally.
Josh, I don't know.
I don't know. We're
stuff.
Remember Bar?
He's got it.
Well
He's
done.
got it. Kieran D.
Well done.
And that has really opened up the game now because there is a point between everyone. So, oh no, there's a point between the leader. Both Kierans are on.
8.
Thank you.
I can
couldn't do the
count.
tally
Josh is
that
on
quick.
8.
No, 9.
Josh is on 9. Remember, everyone got a
Oh,
point.
sorry, Josh.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
Ooh, what do we go? We'll go with this one.
I love how it's on the fly quizzing.
What football player said this?
Oh, no.
I know there was problems with decisions making at FIFA when I didn't make the Ballon d'Or shortlist. Ronaldo and Messi just pipped me. This was said after he had a headline in 8 goal season in 2013.
8?
Yes, 2013-14. Blank says something was amiss.
Nicholas
FIFA.
Bentner.
Saido Berahino.
Incorrect.
Tom Pope.
Incorrect.
Saido Berahino.
Incorrect.
Yeah, wait, 8 goals. Just 8.
Incorrect.
No, that's not.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm just so used to I'm like a robot.
Just an 8-goal season. 2013-14. I don't think he's a striker. I think he's a defender. And he's taking the mick.
Gary Cahill.
Incorrect.
Vinny Company.
Incorrect.
Evans.
Incorrect.
Danny Vidic.
Oh, stop naming Man United defenders.
Incorrect.
Sorry.
Where's Brown?
He's got 2 Champions Leagues. Yeah.
Incorrect.
Andy Carroll.
Incorrect.
John O'Shea.
Jamie McCarrigan.
Incorrect.
I don't know. Can we have a clue?
Is English.
Oh, brilliant. John Terry.
Incorrect.
Gabby Agbonlahor.
Incorrect.
Rio Ferdinand.
Incorrect.
Can't be doing that pause on me.
Andy Carroll.
It's just
An-
just been said.
Anton Ferdinand.
Has he?
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Right, go on. Another clue, please.
He's a striker.
Oh, he is a striker.
Ricky Lambert.
Incorrect.
Emil Esky. Jermaine Defoe.
Sean Wright Phillips. Bradley Wright Phillips.
Incorrect.
Peter Crouch.
Tom Eaves.
Peter Crouch.
Incorrect. Correct. Peter Crouch came
Do you know what
out.
the thing is? He is the funniest guy,
Yeah,
so he probably would have said that.
So that's a point for Kieran.
Yay.
Oh, I'm part of the chasing pack here, and this is a
Right,
pack of one because I'm the only
Done
one.
that. Done that.
Pack of tigers.
Done that.
The
Oh.
whole Tigers.
Right.
No.
Obviously, we had the EFL Cup tonight and yesterday. I've got certain dates. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not even. Okay, that's fine.
What's he talking about?
I'm going to give out a date. First person to buzz in, can they tell me the winner and who they beat?
Okay.
Can we have a buzzer sound?
McTominay.
Okay, Josh.
Jürgen Schär.
And Kieran.
Tom Eaves Jungle.
I never said that.
He needs a quick.
It's Tom Eaves the Jungle Cat.
Right, you ready? 1961.
Oh, get out.
This was the first one. Go on.
Chelsea.
Incorrect.
Tom Eaves the Jungle Cat. Arsenal.
Incorrect.
Jürgen Schär.
Why'd you have to buzz in? You're the last person.
I just want to buzz in, okay? God. Manchester United.
Incorrect. This was the first ever.
Oh, McTominay, Liverpool.
Incorrect.
Tom Eaves the Jungle Cat. Nottingham Forest.
Incorrect. Josh is free reign. If
you know
you buzz in, I'm giving you 5 seconds to say a team. By the way.
Spurs.
Incorrect.
He didn't even buzz. That's disgraceful.
Oh, I got told when I did buzz.
Tom
I
Eaves the
didn't need
Jungle
to.
Leeds.
Incorrect.
McTominay, said that Man City.
Toilet.
Man City.
Incorrect.
Tom Eaves the Jungle Cat.
Oh, whoa.
Sorry.
Blackburn
What's the point of
Rovers.
buzzing then?
Incorrect.
Tom Eaves the Jungle Newcastle.
Incorrect.
His Jungle Cat. McTominay, Everton.
Incorrect. If you just want, you can say start listing out teams. Don't need to buzz in because
Yeah.
for some reason.
Newcastle.
Solihull Moors. Eastleigh.
No, right,
Guiseley.
stop. Give us a clue.
Leicester.
They're in the Premier League.
Villa.
Watford.
It's Villa.
Yes.
So that's 1 point.
Who did they beat?
Who did they? Oh, fuck that up.
Just a quick question. Have we already said them?
I'm pretty sure we said every team under the
No.
sun. So.
No.
Are they, right, okay, just like, are they in the Premier League?
No.
Wigan.
Ipswich.
No. No.
Hull City.
No.
Sunderland.
No.
Bolton.
No.
Blackburn.
Stop it.
Sorry.
No.
Middlesbrough.
No.
Huddersfield.
No.
Sunderland.
No.
Sunderland
Brom.
under 13s.
No.
Leeds.
Leeds.
No.
Brentford.
No.
Why are you just naming top 6 in the
Preston.
Championship?
Sheffield Wednesday.
No.
Wigan.
No.
Are they in the Championship?
No.
Oh, they're not in the
Oldham.
Championship.
No.
Bury.
No.
Wrexham.
Rochdale.
No.
Rotherham.
Yes.
Come on then, Josh. Let's have it.
So when I was looking up the EFL Cup winners, the first one, it was Rotherham. That was in the final. So that is Kieran.
What? Well, that's typical, isn't it? Losing games.
Right.
What was the score? Did you find that out?
No.
I'll have a look.
So he looked up the final.
No, 'cause you'll get the
looked
results.
2-1.
I was just typing in that game. Right. While he looks up the result, I think it was 2-1.
Let's have a look. What 19...
61.
1961. 3-0.
Close to 2.
Okay.
What a surprise.
We're going up.
Was it a Tom Eaves hat trick?
In fact, it was 2 legs.
Yeah,
Oh.
there used to be 2 legs.
And we were 2-0 up.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Tom Eaves,
Like 2-0.
Tom Eaves vibes.
We're going to go 29 years in the future now because all the other games were boring. 1990.
Man United.
Nope.
McTominay.
No, just
Liverpool.
No.
Everton.
No.
Man. No.
Arsenal.
Nope.
Chelsea.
Nope.
Everton.
Nope. Josh is just not guessing.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'll let
Leeds.
these...
Nope.
Southampton.
Nope.
Nottingham Forest.
Villa.
Yes.
Oh.
Not good Forest.
Come on!
Wow.
Come on!
And who did they beat?
Everton.
I just realised who did they beat should go to the...
Yeah, it should.
Go on, you get 1 free guess.
Newcastle.
Incorrect.
Blackburn.
Nope.
Do you know what? We should just do the go round thing again.
Leeds.
Nope, Kieran.
Arsenal.
Wigan.
Nope.
After my guess, can I have a clue?
Yeah.
Liverpool.
No. They're not in the Premier League.
Villa.
No.
Villa
They are in the Premier League. Of course they are.
Josh?
Norwich.
Nope.
Premier League.
Premier League.
Why are we doing this? Go on, say Sheffield United.
Reading.
Complete the trio.
No, they're not in the Championship.
Okay.
Rotherham.
No.
Hull City.
Hull City in the Championship. You just said they're not in the Championship.
I
you
honestly don't
are
care
you-
at this point.
Alright.
Um, Bolton.
No, they're in League
Wanderers.
2.
Oldham.
Yes. Come on. And that is.
The double.
I just want to say that Josh has gone from first to last.
He just don't care.
I'm just going to do the
You just
winners.
don't
I
care.
think I might just do the winners now.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
2000.
Chelsea. Oh, is it Josh first?
Yeah, go on.
Chelsea.
No.
Man United.
No.
Cardiff.
No.
Hull City.
No.
Liverpool.
No.
Arsenal.
No.
Wigan.
No. Oh.
Villa.
Here comes the
No.
bride. Everton.
No.
Forest.
No.
Can we have a clue
Guess.
after my game? After my game. Hey.
No, I'm going to guess.
I don't know.
Say a flipping team.
Tottenham.
They're currently in the Premier League.
Newcastle.
No.
Watford.
No.
West Ham.
No. The Premier League winners.
They are Premier League winners. Man City.
No.
Leicester.
Yes.
Hey.
Nice.
And they beat Tranmere.
Tranmere.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. 5 years later, 2005, we started with Josh last time, so Kieran D.
Chelsea.
Yes.
I love it. I think every single time there's been a domestic winner, we've all gone Chelsea. I think for the first guess.
Right.
Interesting.
Chelsea did beat Liverpool in 2005.
That was my next guess. All right.
2010.
Man United.
It's me.
It's Kieran.
Fuck.
I think you think Man United, so I'm gonna guess Man United.
Correct.
Salty.
You really gave that away.
gonna go with
It could have been Man City actually.
Right. Josh, 2015.
Great. Arsenal.
All right. No.
Man City.
No.
Birmingham.
No. The Premier League winners.
All right.
Not Birmingham then.
Man City.
No.
Chelsea.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a right.
Hey.
I can't believe you not included Birmingham's
What?
win.
They beat Spurs, by the way.
I know, but you didn't include Birmingham.
Hey.
They won. I can't remember when Birmingham won.
What?
When did they win?
2012.
Yeah,
I'll be
something
honest, I
like
sort of stopped looking at
Oh,
it.
20,
I just got
2011.
I got the first one and then I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
went
yeah.
a bit
that.
sorry.
That's fair enough.
It's my go. Is it my turn next?
Yeah.
Or is it?
No, it's Josh.
Just add Josh though.
No, it had
2011 was when Birmingham won.
think
No,
it-
we just had Josh for 2000. Josh, 2015.
Joss.
Did we?
Yeah.
All right.
2000
No, it was me because I said Birmingham.
No, it was me.
Who was Josh? And then Kieran.
All right. Maybe I just said Birmingham. Oh yeah.
Because you had Man United, didn't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2017.
Man City.
No.
Man United.
Yes.
I thought Man United won it in 2016.
I don't
It
know.
was 2016, Rowan.
I don't have 2016.
Man United won it in 2016.
Yeah, I don't have 2016.
But 2017, we didn't win it in 2017.
I've got
I
2017.
swear we didn't win it in
I've got
2017.
2017
Oh,
on my
here we
shit.
go.
Oh,
The-
for God's
We
sake.
won it in
They
2016.
They
Yeah.
Just to make sure, the 2017 final was actually Arsenal.
Told you.
Forget it.
2017?
Just forget it.
Oh, I'm so sorry,
no,
guys.
forgive it. It was 2016. I got the point. Just let it go.
No, because I'd have guessed Man United
No,
then in that case.
shush.
No, that.
Look,
no,
it happened.
The
I'm not
quiz
having
has gone.
that. Not having
Right,
that.
go on. Is there any more?
There's two more. I feel like everyone's just losing a bit.
No.
No, no.
I
I'm
feel
just,
like someone's
I'm just a
losing
little bit
bit.
salty because I'd have got that right.
A
in
little bit of
2016.
controversy.
Did you
Right.
take? Did you take a point off me there?
No.
Good. Thank you. Did you keep the point I got?
No.
Can I have the point, please?
No. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. I didn't. I added your other point.
All right. Okay.
Exactly. Rigged.
Right.
I don't know.
You know what? Just for a bit of fun, I've got two more left. These are both worth 3 points each.
Jesus.
Right.
Going all out here.
If I knew the stakes were this high, I would.
I think we'll do buzzing for this one.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Use whatever you want. For.
McTominay's there.
Right, Josh.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Okay, ready? This is a manager.
Is it anagrams?
No.
Oh,
Thank you for that.
Espanol.
Pochettino.
That's you're
McTom-
frozen out.
McTominay.
You're frozen out.
Oh.
Buzzed in early. No, you didn't buzz in early, but you buzzed in
Well, I
without.
know. I just thought
you
I'd go
didn't say
early.
your buzzer name.
Right, okay.
So it's just for these two now. You've done it in.
This is rigged.
That's what happens when you break the rules.
This
Don't
is
break the
rigged.
rule.
Don't break-
Lazio.
Mm-hmm.
Leeds.
Tommy of the Jungle Cat. Marcelo Bielsa.
Yeah. That's
Rigged.
3 points. That just puts into that.
Get in.
Final one is for 5 points.
Oh.
I wouldn't have won the 3 point
the
one.
game
So
changer,
Josh can
come
get
on.
back in it.
Come on.
You're back in, Kieran. So you can still win it.
Unless you don't use your buzzer.
It's a player
Right.
Okay.
FC Basel. Besiktas. Arsenal.
Tommy's the Jungle Cat, Mohamed El-Neni.
Yes.
Come on!
He's done it.
Come on!
Rigged.
I didn't get to say my buzzer.
I thought it was, I was going to say Alexander Chleb.
I was going to say, do you want to just say it now? Just pity.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Yeah,
The sad-
and the winner of
Rigged.
week 1 of the podcast quiz. Well, no, we'll start with who came last.
Me.
Oh.
Well, that's the end of the show.
After such an early great start.
Why was that last question 5 points?
Because he just wanted to make it 5.
I wanted to make it dramatic.
To be fair, though, I think I would have won either with the
Exactly.
1
no,
point.
Yeah.
no, you wouldn't, because if Josh got it right, it would have been a
Yeah,
draw.
true.
I would have got a tiebreaker. If
That
Kieran,
would require Josh getting a question right.
if Kieran got it right,
Well, we've got a brand new guest on the show next week. It's Will. He takes the place of Kieran L.
Kieran got it right, he would have won. If you got it right, you would have definitely won.
Alexis, petition for this channel to become the official Tom Eaves archive.
Thank you. This is
Please
what.
don't do
Can I
that.
just say, we made him before he was good, right? Before
Right.
this hat trick, we made
And
him.
The scores on the doors. How is it, Rowan?
Josh, 10 points.
Get in.
Kieran D, 13. And your winner with a big boy 20, it's Kieran L.
Rigged.
Perfect. Here we go. Round of applause. We'll give him a round of applause.
Can we have a round of
Oh my God! I've got another one.
Another one. Here we go. On the camera.
Josh, it's rigged.
Rigged.
No,
Rigged.
not having it.
Are they taking the
There we
mic?
go. We've got week 1. 8th of January. Mike
It's
Dean.
Mike Dean.
It's Kieran L.
There we go. Well done. Good work.
Rigged.
Fantastic. And there we go. As he celebrates his win with the
I'm
Mike
not
Dean
coming
poster, he's going to put on the wall. That is it for the Top Corner podcast this week. Thank you very much for joining me as always. Thank you, Rob.
Oh,
thank
thank
you,
you.
Kim. Thank you, Kieran.
Thank you.
Nah.
Thank you, everyone.
There's no Tom even it, unfortunately. So I've just ruined it. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it.
His face is devastated.
He's absolutely
Devil
devastated, and we'll leave him with misery. There we go.
Bye-bye.
So thank you very much for
See
joining the
ya.
podcast, as always. Thank you very much. If you'd like to join us on Twitch TV throughout the weekend for the Team of the Year pack opening, it's twitch.tv/The Top Corner.
It's not happening again, Rowan. Rowan, it's not
If you do want to join us for that, it's on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and if you want to follow us as well on Twitter, it's @the_Top Corner. Is Rowan going to get this in at the end? Oh, he's just missed it. There we go. So thank you for joining us on Top Corner podcast. We'll be back next Wednesday, 1:15,
See you on
1:15.
Friday on Twitch.
We'll see
See
you
you later.
on Friday.
Ta-ta, bye,
See you
bye.
See you later.
Bye, bye, mate.